Why, hello, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the Austinator channel. Today is another live discussion. I know, holy crap, another live discussion. A show that technically died, but this is a show that's like, it keeps getting resurrected. It's like Frankenstein, um, something like that. It's basically just a Frankenstein's monster at this point. A live discussion show is usually we have one main topic, and then the rest of the show we just talk about whatever in more of a relaxed conversation. So it can go anywhere besides the main topic. Today we are going to be looking at our top 5 most anticipated games of 2020, and we're gonna at least be discussing what would be game of the year, at least for the this year. And we already got Kavari in the chat. Kavari, how you doing? Thank you for showing up.
What's up,
Today is again another two-man show. We got Ninjroid243 here. Say hello, Ninjroid.
What's up, everyone?
Now, before we begin, Ninjroid, where can they find you at?
You guys can personally find me on Twitter at Ninjroid243 and my own YouTube channel, Ninjroid243, where we are Galactic Chat is happening every single week, and some changes to the shows and to even Austin's shows are going to be occurring.
Yep, there'll be changes that'll be coming for the next couple of weeks, so please go check that out. Go check out Ninjroid's channel. Also follow him on the social media and platforms that he's on. And you can find me on my channel, The Austinator, where I'm at 87 subscribers. I am looking to hit 100 by the beginning of next year. So please, if you have not done so already, please hit the subscribe button. I do shows per week. Well, I used to do a few shows per week, but then I got a little bit more lax with my schedule. So
Yep.
Shadow Eye, I might do a Shadow Eye tomorrow, and that will actually be our little office reviews.
Yeah.
For at least for the first few episodes.
Yeah.
Splash Talk is going to be starting up again as well, where again we read fan fiction for the first hour, and then the second hour we just talk whatever, and then I might do live discussions on Friday or Saturdays, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. And I will be doing and then I'll do a stream here and there if I feel like it. And then I've gotten back into gaming streams. Recently we started playing God of War again. So if you have not checked those out, please go ahead and do so. Also, you can find me on Twitter at the Austinator17. So if you guys want to hit me up in my DMs, go ahead and do so. Also, I have Discord at the Austinator, which that might be going pretty soon. So go and follow me there while there's still time.
Yep.
But with that being said, I figured we could start off the show with our top 5 most anticipated games of 2021, and you guys in the chat can participate as well. You guys can put your top 5 in the list in the chat, and we will then discuss it. And Ninjroid, I'm going to be a very nice host tonight. I will let you go first.
All right. So, number 5 would be Far.
Yo, get off that computer.
Well, I don't know what that was about, but while I'm waiting for Ninjroid, how you all doing tonight? It's been pretty chill for me, at least a little bit. Kind of got pretty interesting. Just gonna, one of those things, I guess. So I mean, it's just a very interesting time. I'll go with my list first since Ninjroid. Kavari, where's Sour? Kavari, that is an interesting question. But the real question should be, what is Sour? Sour is a very interesting guy. Kind of I would say he's a sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is a very intriguing fellow with the, I guess I don't know. I think his internet went out. So Nindroid is currently still muted, so I'm going to go with my number 5, and my number 5 is the Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. The Skywalker Saga, I feel like I am excited for, because as far as the Lego games are concerned, I feel like Lego Star Wars is one of my favorite franchises, in a sense, with at least with the Lego name. I mean, the Lego Star Wars Complete Saga was a very, very fun game, as well as Lego Star Wars 3: The Clone Wars. I was not a huge fan of Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens, but I thought the game was fine. Oh well, there's sour for you, I guess. But as far as like the game is concerned, like just from like things I've heard about it, and that's going to be a very large game. Oh well, there's sauerkraut, guys. Don't there is.
Yo? What's up?
Hi, Sour.
How are you all doing today?
Doing pretty good, Sour.
Oh, yeah, I bet you are. After all, who wants to hear my Harumi voice again?
Oh, please do so.
Oh, Daddy.
Imposter.
Oh, I'm not an imposter. I'm sauerkraut. I'm Ryan. We all know who's the real Ryan here, am I right, guys?
I don't think you're the real Ryan.
Yes, I am.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Well, guess what? You can't make me put on my camera, because you know what? Ryan doesn't do that. Oh, shoot, I just said Ryan.
Aha! I exposed you.
Oh, well, I guess you're gonna put me in the Jello.
Yes, I am. There we go. Like I said, Jello. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to put in the chat, disclaimer: we're gonna have differing opinions. We all are. And well, if any of you guys don't like that, then get over it. There's the disclaimer for this week, or for this stream at least. But I think Ninja heard me, is that for my number 5, I went with Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Very good pick.
Mainly because from what I heard about, it's going to be the largest Lego game they've ever done.
Yeah.
They're going to, all 9 of the Skywalker saga films, plus, the everything, and then it's going to be all free roam with the planets.
Yeah.
I'm very looking forward to it, because again, like I said, with the Lego franchises, I think that Star Wars is one of the best, I guess, Lego franchises they have, besides for Lego Harry Potter and Lego Batman, as far as games. But I think that I think it's gonna be very good. I think TET Games, were owned by Warner Brothers, usually have good Lego games, so
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
I can definitely see your point. My number 5, sorry, before I had to go feed my cat quick, is actually Far Cry 6. Now, number 1, I'm not actually excited for Far Cry 6, but it looked interesting of what I saw with the teaser. It sounds interesting, at least. So here, I had to really look at a lot of these descriptions to pick, because you guys know I'm not the biggest gamer, so yeah. And coming at okay, so it's the 6th installment, like you guys can already tell,
to the Fair Carry series, arriving in February of 2021, and is set in the fictional city of Yara. And your goal is to take down Yara's dictator, basically. And it sounds like the article that I'm reading, it's comparing it to Breaking Bad, and I actually like Breaking Bad. So, that's really it for my pick. I know, I'm not the biggest gaming guy, but in my opinion, it sounds interesting.
Very nice. Just give me a quick second. All right. So my number 4, I'm gonna go with Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Mass Effect, to me, like I said, I know like putting a remaster on like a top 5 games list is kind of I don't know if I would necessarily go as far as it's kind of lazy in a way, but I would say it's definitely more of a cop out. But to me, the reason why I put it in my top 5 list is I was asking for this remaster for a long time. Like, not online, obviously, but I was just like, man, it would be really cool to have like a Mass Effect trilogy get remastered, because I love the Mass Effect games. I will be completely honest. Mass Effect are those types of games, like they're the RPG games made by BioWare, and you get to choose your own decisions. Very good game. All of them. Mass Effect Andromeda was okay, and personally, I think BioWare right now kind of needs this to bounce back from Anthem and what they did there. And I think right now doing this is the right thing to go with. Hopefully this is where they do go with it. And I hope that the game looks visually amazing. I hope the gameplay is what I remember it, and I hope that it's just the same quality as the original version. And I hope this leads to Mass Effect 4 or something like that, because BioWare, like I said, needs all the help they can get. And we got Andrew here. What's up, Andrew?
Hey, fellas.
So we are currently doing a top 5 now. You have your list, right, Andrew?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So how we do it is we do one person says their top 5, like their number 5, and then the other person, then like I did my number 4. Since Nindroid is currently muted at the moment, Andrew, can you say what your number 5 and number 4 is and why?
Okay. My number 5 is Cyberpunk 2077, because I like how cool it looks, the free roam aesthetic and all that stuff, and Keanu Reeves is in it too.
I was gonna put Cyberpunk on my list, but then I realized the game is coming out in 5 days.
Really?
Yeah, like I think if you're talking about like the PS5 version and like the Xbox Series X versions, then I'm like,
Yes, that one.
and so then yeah, but I'm getting the PS4 version, so that's why I didn't put it on my list. But I'm definitely with you though. Cyberpunk, like we'll get into that later on in the stream, but I'll just say that right now, I really hope the game does not suck, which I don't think it will.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. My number 4 is Far Cry 6. Because, like I said, I'm a fan of free roam games. I like the aesthetic. I've seen what happens in the last few games, and I thought, let's give it a try.
Interesting. Very, very good choice, Andrew. I like that.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I don't have Far Cry 6 on my list. So I'll just go off with that. Nindroid, you're number 4.
All right, my number 4 is actually Ghostwire Tokyo. what I was reading about in this game, it sounds pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. So it is about. Boo, boo, boo. Let me find this description right here. Okay. Ghostwire Tokyo is a first-person action-adventure game where 99% of Tokyo's population vanishes, and it is up to you to fight to fight the forces that caused it. Basically, so it's a fighting game. The fighting mechanism has been described as karate meetings magic, as it features a series of instinct martial arts inspired by hand gestures that cast special abilities. And then also says if you loved Doom in 2016, then you would love this.
I love Doom 2016.
So yeah.
Very nice pick. My number 3 is Hogwarts Legacy. You guys know, if you guys watched my channel before, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and I'm a big video game fan. So when I heard that a Harry Potter game was coming out by Portkey Games, aka the studio that's making the Harry Potter games, I actually really enjoyed. I'm looking forward to it. From what I heard, it's going to be a very grand scale RPG game set in the 1800s, and you're going to be in Hogwarts, and like you're going to like. I would think you're going to be able to choose like where you go in terms of your house. Like you could go in Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw. You can go into Slytherin if you wanted to, and you're going to fight like these villains, and you're going to do all of this stuff. It's going to be. I really hope Hogwarts Legacy is a very great game. Which it's also come from Portkey Games, who mainly really do the mobile games. So I just hopefully they can deliver on this. So that is my number 3. Are you guys still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right,
All right.
Andrew. I'll let Andrew go to his number 3 first.
All right.
Andrew, your number 3 and why?
All right, well, my number 3 was going to be the Hogwarts one, but I decided to do Hitman 3.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, because it's a crime drama, and it's also free roam, and I like the aesthetic of it.
Now, surprisingly, again, I do not have Hitman 3 on my list either, because as far as Hitman 3, I'm not necessarily ecstatic. Because, like, again, I like Hitman and I like Hitman 2, but I'm not the biggest Hitman guy, if that makes any sense. Like, but you know, I could understand people saying Hitman 3 being their favorite. So I mean, hey, that's a good pick.
Yeah.
We got Deshaun is here, and we got Emma as well. And guys, I will be answering the chat after we get done our top 5. So I apologize if I have not gotten to the chat. It's because we're gonna do our list first.
Okay.
Ninjoid, your number 3 and why?
The new Halo game. Reason why. Now, I will say I have not been a huge fan of Halo since Halo 2. Halo 2 was my favorite one of the series. But I have hope in this one. Seriously, I just have like this instinct that I think this game will actually be very well done and all of that, because it looks great, but I don't know for sure. I've just been a very old Halo guy since I was very young, at least. Because basically my stepfather, he basically taught me, he basically showed me the first game and I played it and I was instantly hooked. And here's the thing, I don't even know that much about this new Halo game. I've seen the trailer and I've seen some pictures, and it looks pretty fair. I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay.
But I'll probably play it if I pick it up. Halo 1 is the best. Kavari, I think Halo 2 is.
Okay. Good choice there. My number 2, I'm gonna go with Gotham Knights.
Oh.
Now, see, this would be my number 1, except we got a reveal a couple months ago, and that reveal to me instantly made that my number 1. But Gotham Knights, however, if the game that's not my number 1 didn't get revealed, this would probably be my most anticipated game of all time, because to me, Gotham Knights is a game where I've been waiting for this game for a long time. I would say maybe 25th. No, when did Arkham Knight? No, when did Arkham Knight come out? Was it
2015?
2015. I've been waiting 4 years for a new Batman game of some sort, and we are finally going to get it in Gotham Knights, and it's going to be a different style of game. Now, I want to bring this up. People complained about this on Twitter. Gotham Knights is not set in the Arkham universe, and Rocksteady is not making this one, so I'm okay with them going into a new direction and having it have its own style. And yeah, people are like comparing it to the Avengers game, but I feel like Gotham Knights is going to be better.
Oh, it's going to be bigger and better.
I think because I have a lot more faith in WB as a gaming company, because WB, I would say, as far as their gaming stuff, they really have that passion, and you can tell they care. Like, none of their games are necessarily garbage.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of faith, and that this is going to be different. Like, you're not going to be able to play as Batman, which could be a turnoff for a lot of people. But I think that it's being able to play as Nightwing, Red Hood, Batgirl, and Robin is going to be awesome. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to play as Batman maybe at the end. Maybe.
Yeah.
Like a Don't At Me. So I can't. I personally, that is my number 2.
And my number 2 is the same exact thing. When we got the trailer for it during DC Fandom and also gameplay of it, it looked fantastic in my own opinion. And that's what I want from a Batman game after I'm going to take Rob's line here, Arkham shit, aka Arkham Knight, in which I did not like Arkham Knight at all. I'm an Arkham Origins guy, in which I know a lot of people don't even like Origins either, but Arkham Origins, I'm going to say, is like the Rise of Skywalker in the gaming stuff for me. But yeah. Andrew, you're number 2.
Mine's a little switcheroo. My number 2 is the Suicide Squad game.
I thought now that was coming out in 2023.
23? No, I think 22.
22.
Well, I guess you can't count then.
I guess you can count it.
Okay, so I put that there because I like stuff made by the guys who made the Arkham games, and the Suicide Squad's always sometimes is a fun group. But if I had to say one negative about it, and that's Evil Superman.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I thought of putting that on, but then I thought it was 2022 that announced. But but what I did with that, I'm fully with you on that. Like, Jassim Brainiac is gonna be like the main villain, supposedly. Is gonna be great. See, Kavari knows 2022. Or it's yeah.
I'm back.
All right, we basically got done our number 2.
I said the Suicide Squad.
Very, very cool choice. Like it.
But I said one negative, and that is Evil Superman.
You know what? I'm okay with it because.
Oh, wait, you said negative, Andrew? I thought you said positive with that.
No,
I
no, no.
absolutely love the evil Superman thing.
I do not.
Oh, well then I disagree with you on that.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
we got Logan in the house.
Yeah.
What's up, Logan? And guys, we're gonna get to everybody in the chat. Just give me one quick moment. Let's get to our number ones. My number one, this is pretty easy for me. I'm gonna say God of War Ragnarok. This to me is probably my most anticipated game of 2021, and it's probably gonna stay that way unless it gets delayed. To me, if you watch my channel, if you watch my game streams, you know how much I rave about God of War 2018, and you guys know how much I think that game is probably one of the best games of this generation, let alone the best game ever. Visually, the first God of War was fantastic. I think the story has been amazing. It's a beautiful game. Beautiful visuals, a beautiful story, amazing just amazing performances. God of War to me is probably the best PlayStation game ever made, let alone probably the best video game ever made. And God of War Ragnarok, just that title, well, it's not really the official title, but just that tagline, Ragnarok is coming. Like, are we going to fight Thor? Are we going to have, like, are they going to bring us to, like, no, because, like, they mentioned Asgard, and also, because but it's not like the Thor from the MCU, but it's like Thor, the Norse god. And you have the children of Odin in the first God of War, 2018. And if that's where they're going with it, and Ragnarok, this game is going to be visually outstanding because I know what they can do. And I think the story has potential to be better than the first one. We got Zach and Outs. What's up, Zach? But I really hope God of War Ragnarok is gonna. I have high expectations of God of War Ragnarok, and that is why it's my number one. And Andrew, I will let you get to your number one.
Gotham Knights. Because I'm all for Batman games. I'm all for this stuff in DC. And I know it was a big deal about it not being the Arkham, but don't you think he did with the whole, if you're watching this, I'm dead?
I think that he's not really dead because it's not in canon with the Arkham games. It's going to be its own game. But I think that he might have died, but I think the Court of Owls is going to resurrect him.
Yeah, I gotta say, no Batman game without Bruce Wayne, not my cup of tea.
Well, but you also got to think, though, too, this upcoming Gotham Knights game, it has nothing to do with Batman. It's got more so to do with the Bat family. True. And that's a very, very cool way to go about it. And I think Gotham Knights, I think Gotham Knights is going to be better than Arkham Knight. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a huge fan of Arkham Knight. I'm not saying it's a bad game because I think the game in itself, I think, is good. But to me, it's not that great. Like, I think the Batmobile is way overdone. And it's just a lot of things. No. I need a break from the Discord. It's getting out of control on there. Yeah. I'm taking a break as well. Let's get to Kavar. Let's get to the chat now. Great picks, by the way, Andrew. Those are very good picks.
Rocksteady originally wanted a Superman game, but WB Games said no, but agreed that the studio should make Suicide Squad. That's a dumb move.
Well, we'll get to that once we get to that part of the chat. I'm gonna go from top to bottom. Kavar says his list is number 5, Suicide Squad, number 4, Gotham Knights, number 3, Far Cry, number 2, Dying Light 2, and number 1, Cyberpunk 2077. I thought Suicide Squad was coming out next year, 2022. We got Emma there. What's up? What's up? What are your thoughts on Mass Effect Andromeda was terrible on the PC? Well, I'm a little upset that it's here's the thing with Mass Effect Andromeda in general. I think Andromeda is an okay game. It's very mediocre. I wouldn't say it's definitely not BioWare's best game, and it's certainly not the best Mass Effect game. But it is far from trash. I would say Anthem is trash, whereas Mass Effect Andromeda was just mediocre. Now, as far as it being terrible on the PC, I'm not surprised because Andromeda was a buggy mess. Well, it wasn't really buggy for me, but I heard there were problems in terms of bugs, so I'm not surprised. Kavari says, doesn't EA own BioWare? Yes, they are, but they are not responsible for their shit games. It's mainly BioWare because EA only publishes them. They don't actually make them. Kavar says the last Harry Potter games hasn't been all that good over the years. That is true, but you also got to think though those were from a different publisher, or those are from a different gaming company. Portkey Games are making a different style of Harry Potter games. Like the movie games, I agree with you. Like the last couple of them really weren't that good. They felt more like a Call of Duty with Harry Potter skins. So those games are bad, but I really have hope that Hogwarts Legacy is very good. Deshaun, we have all these guys in the chat. What's up? What's up? I like Fairy Tail fights on PS3. Interesting. I don't think I've ever played it. So Halo Combat Evolution, the first game. Logan's like, I have arrived. Logan, what's going on, my friend? Gotham Knights will be fire. Yeah, I really hope it is, and it's not a dumpster fire. Kavari says DC games can do no wrong. Most of the time, yes. I'm not saying DC games doesn't have a misstep, but for the most part, they usually bounce back. WB Games Montreal and Rocksteady are some of the best game studios. I could agree on Well, actually, I'm going to have to disagree with this a little bit because Rocksteady's only made 5 games. Well, 6. They made 6 games, whereas other gaming companies like Insomniac has made a ton of them. And Montreal only made 1 game, hypothetically, with Arkham Origins. But Rocksteady is responsible for Arkham City, which I consider to be the best Batman game of all time. So, hey, it's he said it is 2022. Will Suicide Squad be an open world game? I would think so. I'd be a little disappointed if it wasn't. Kavar says Rocksteady originally wanted a Superman game, but WB Games said no, but agreed that the studio should make the Suicide Squad game instead.
That's a dumb move.
Yeah, that's a very, very... Yeah, that's a very weird move by Rocksteady. The studio did not do it. But then again, last time Superman had a game, it sucked.
Well, actually, I think the last Superman game was the one based off the film Superman Returns.
Yeah, that game I heard wasn't good.
Well, I played it a few times and it wasn't all that bad at first.
But so you would say it's definitely not great though.
Well, it's not terrible.
Like it's not Superman 64 terrible. Because all right, that makes sense. But you also got to think, though, too, Superman's never really had a good track record with games. Like, other than, like, the Injustice games, like, he's really, like, those, but I don't really count those because that's not a Superman game. That's more like a DC Justice League type game. But as far as single Superman games, I would love for Justice League to have DLC or Suicide Squad to have DLC where you can play as Superman. I think that would be really cool. But then again, I don't know how they're going to do it. Because again, we still have 2 years until Suicide Squad comes out. So again, we don't really know what the game is going to be about. We kind of know what the game is going to be about, but we don't know what kind of gameplay we're going to see. So, like I said, we still have a little bit of time to speculate on what's going to happen in the game. We still have a lot of time to get excited for it. So, Zach's like, I need a break from the Discord. It's getting out of control on there. Yep, it is. Austin, remember the ton of concept art for the Superman game? Yeah, wasn't that excuse me? Wasn't that the concept? What I thought they used some of it for Suicide Squad. At least I would think they would. But man, like, yeah, like not doing a Superman game is very weird. If you excuse the background noise, we actually got a new dog today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm just gonna leave it at that. So I guess we can talk about most anticipated, or I guess what's going to be our game of the year. And Zach, I see your stuff in the chat. Don't bring up people's names in chat. Like if you just say like, listen, there's a person bugging me, and then like something like that. Just don't just don't go there. All right. Because we need a Wonder Woman game like God of War. If we get a Wonder Woman game like God of War, I would be down for that immediately. Because I think God of War is fantastic. So, because again, I will continue to praise God of War for the rest of my life. If you have not played God of War yet, please go ahead and do so. If you have the PS5, get PlayStation Plus, and with the PlayStation Plus collection, go and play God of War. It is a very spectacular game. You will not be disappointed at all. No, you're good, Zach. You're good. I just don't want people bringing up people's names in chat. That's all.
Hey, do you mind if I get a little off topic?
Yeah, we can go off topic.
Recently, I bet you already heard about this. I saw this video that was on Sony's Latin YouTube channel about Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And it was showing stuff about all 3 versions of the character, and when I was reading what they were saying, the translation of it was. Where is it?
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, Ninjoid. I've seen the.
Oh, okay.
Okay, he disappeared again. But I've seen the trailer. Personally, I wouldn't necessarily say get your whole, because again, I know that from speculation and stuff that they might do it, but I have a theory that they're probably doing that to like, they're gonna do something where it's actually gonna be like, all the Spider-Man movies are going to Disney Plus.
Oh.
But then again, that could just be me being pessimistic because
when I did the translation, it says, "Who's your favorite Spider-Man? You don't have to choose in the Marvel multiverse. Anything can happen. And in Spider-Man 3, it is very possible you will see everyone. Yes, the 3 Peter Parkers saving the world together."
Yeah, but that's mainly more like a might. Like it's not definitely gonna happen. Like it's because again, I don't know if they confirmed if they actually signed on for it or not.
The video got taken down a few minutes later, so they took it down for a reason.
I mean, it's possible. Like I'm not saying it's not gonna happen. I'm just saying just if it turns out to be a twist and they don't actually, that's not actually the case. I just don't want people getting their hopes up. Like I'm just saying that if it does happen, I'm gonna be excited for it. But just I wouldn't be surprised if it's actually just all the Spider-Man movies are going to Disney Plus.
Well, I did remember hearing, I think it was Scott Derrickson or someone else saying that all the Spider-Man films are connected in the MCU.
If they're doing the multiverse thing, then if they do the Spider-Verse thing and they do all that, then yes, I could see it all being connected to the MCU. But but again, like that makes sense if they're doing the multiverse thing. So I mean, I don't know how what would be that. I don't know how to really say it. And I was like, have you ever played the PS5 yet? No, I have not. I'm gonna wait a little longer to get the PS5 because there's still games coming out for the PlayStation 4. Because most of the games on my list are coming out for the PS4, I think, except for God of War Ragnarok, which is coming out exclusively for PS5. But everything else, I think, is coming out for PS4, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit until people stop stealing PS5s because I'm scared that if I do end up getting one, someone's gonna steal it, or my delivery driver will steal it. But again, we don't know.
Okay.
Kavar says it was a fan-made video / image. I mean, it's possible, but if it came from Sony's or the Latin America's channel, that could also be like a leak. But then again, we really don't know for sure.
Okay. Yeah, what else can I talk about? I was thinking of something else we can do right now, but I don't know if you'll care.
What were you thinking of doing?
I've seen sometimes when I'm not on there, you sometimes do like our famous tier list or bracket fights.
Oh yeah, sure. We can do something like that.
Oh, okay. How many are you okay to do?
I mean, I can do a couple. Like, I would like it to maybe be more on topic with games or something like that.
Ooh, okay. So it can only be games.
I mean, it can be anything else, but at first.
Okay, so you want to do the game thing first, and then do something else on the tier. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, like we can do other things, but at first I want to do more video game stuff because that is the main topic.
Okay. What kind of game tier list do you want to do? In fact, let me get the thing up.
Just give me a quick second. Emma's like hating on your delivery driver. I don't have an exclusive delivery driver. I'm just saying that as a. I just hey, but it's been proven though. Delivery drivers have stolen PS5s and just the new game system. So, I mean, I don't want that to happen to me. Kavar says off topic. WB literally changed Hollywood with that HBO Max announcement. How will Disney respond? Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Oh, this.
Personally, I get why HBO Max is doing it, but we still don't know what's going to happen next year. So I think HBO Max really jumped the gun. So I'm not hating on it yet. It's just a matter of because again, it could also change next year if everything goes away, which I really hope it does.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Deshaun says, this ain't true. It's a rumor that Spider-Man will be in the Hawkeye TV show. That would be interesting. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know, most of these you haven't done, huh?
Most of these games I have not played. I've basically only really played the Arkham games, the Injustice games, and the Telltale games, and also the Lego games.
The only one I can think of is like Spider-Man or SpongeBob.
Like video games?
Yeah, because he's had plenty of games. See?
Oh yeah, we can do a SpongeBob game list.
How much of these have you did?
I've played most of them, but I haven't played the newer ones.
I got an idea. Look at the ones you haven't played, and I'll put it here. The never played, no opinion.
Let's see here. Because we'll just go through them all in a row, and then we'll see which ones I've played. Because I can't necessarily see it right now because the screen is still.
Still what?
Hang on. Let me see. Hang on. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I do it like this. Actually, can you just name them off, and then I'll.
Okay. Lights, camera, pants.
That one I've heard about. I haven't played it, but it looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically like playing as the gang, going through these challenges, and then in this movie as the sneaky hermit.
Yeah, it's like mini games. Like the only games I've really played is Battle for Bikini Bottom, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Employee of the Month.
Oh look, it's in there twice.
Well, I guess I think we can just use Rehydrated because that's the one. Because because it's basically the same game. Rehydrated. I guess Battle for Bikini Bottom is probably the best one.
Okay, so I'll put both this and this on the god.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think as a story, I think it feels like you're playing an episode of the show.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie I would also put at God tier. I think because they're basically the same game, but it's just the story of the movie.
But extended.
Yeah, it's great stuff.
And the best part is, mostly when it's like a game based off like a movie or show, the actors are usually different.
Yeah.
In SpongeBob games, it's the main voice cast for all of them.
Well, for Battle for Bikini Bottom, like they did not get Clancy Brown for Mr. Krabs.
That is true. But the rest, it's the whole gang voice cast for every game.
Yeah. As far as Employee of the Month, I would put Employee of the Month at great. It's more it's a simple point and click game, and I know that's not appealing to a lot of people, but I thought it worked for what they were trying to go for.
I think that was the first SpongeBob game I ever played.
I think it was mine too. And then after that, I basically haven't played a lot of them. Like I guess the other one I played was the Operation Krabby Patty, and I thought that game was trash.
So ScumBob.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, in Employee of the Month, SpongeBob makes a comment on this saying it was his very first game, as saying good times.
And I thought personally, to me, I think Employee of the Month is a better game. But Operation Krabby Patty was just terrible.
Okay. What about the rest?
I've heard of these games, but for the most part, I have not played them.
Even this one?
I've heard about. I heard it was okay.
Okay, so I guess we're just gonna end this SpongeBob with these ones.
Yes.
Okay. Since you still want to be on games before we go to other ones, I think we did Spider-Man ones.
Let's do the Arkham games.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay. Emma's like, what do you think about Resident Evil Village and Little Nightmares 2 coming in 2021? I'm excited for it. Ooh.
We'll do the games. Maybe we'll try the villains from the Arkham games, and then we'll go on to something to others. All right.
I want to get to these. Well, I guess we can do the DLC as well. Like, yeah, we'll do that one.
There we go. Got it better. Let's do it in timeline order.
I'm not really a big fan of Resident Evil, but I mean, I can get back into it though. Little Nightmares 2. I mean, hey, that's pretty cool. What happened to the Saint Row game that was in development for the last 4 years? Personally, I don't know. But if it does come out, I will be excited for it. Any news on that Star Citizen game? No, I don't have any real news. EJ, what's up? Hey, would you ever consider playing No Man's Sky? I heard it's good. Yeah, I heard. I heard it. I heard about it. Doing great. It's good, EJ. Were you a fan of Death Stranding? If not, why? Well, I've never played Death Stranding, but I do know my friend Logan's played it. So hey, he can tell you all about it. All right, let's get to the list.
Okay. First up, I have it in timeline order.
Mm-hmm.
Arkham Origins.
Well, I'll start off by saying that none of them are going in the dislike.
Okay.
I think 4 is the lowest and 1 is the highest.
Yeah.
To me, I get my number. I would put Origins at a 3.
Okay.
I think the game is good. I think the indoor segments are very fun, but the story is very flawed. Like, to me, bringing in Joker was a bad decision on their part, because I think they should have focused on Black Mask as the main villain, and they should have had Deathstroke be the secondary villain. The story in Origins is very all over the place. To me, as far as a story, it's just like they really don't have an idea who the main villain's going to be. Like, first it's Black Mask, then it turns into Joker, and then it's like, oh no, it's Bane, and then it turns out, oh no, it's Joker all along. And even then, Joker's not in the game the whole time. Like, he's only really appears only a little bit. But overall, like, the boss fights are really good. I think the indoor segments are fun. Like, I think my favorite ones were the stuff in the GCPD and the Joker Funhouse.
Okay. What do you think of Batman and Joker not being Conroy and Hamill?
I was okay with it because, like, technically Hamill and Conroy were supposed to be retired from the characters because Arkham City was supposed, like, I guess in a way was their, like, retired thing.
It looks like they broke their promise on that.
Yeah, but they're just great anyway, so I'll forgive them for it. But
Yeah.
I think overall, yeah, it's a good game. Just it has a lot of problems.
I mean, could you see this as an actual prequel to Asylum, like connection wise?
It's a good prequel. Like, it sets up everything pretty decently, I would say.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say it's perfect.
All right. Asylum.
I'm going to put it at my number 2, and I'm going to explain why. I think Arkham Asylum really rejuvenated the genre. I think because I agree Arkham Asylum is very dated, but Arkham Asylum is still a very well done game, because you have to think Rocksteady didn't have a lot of money to really work with. They only had a few $1 million. Like, for what we got, it's a very well done game. No real problems with it. I think the story is simple, but it works for what they're trying to tell. Because Arkham City was not supposed to be this big, because again, they wanted to make an Arkham City like game, but the problem is, though, I think Arkham City I guess they didn't have the money. Like I said, financially they didn't have that much, but the game, to me, rejuvenated the genre, because without Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, we wouldn't have PS4 Spider-Man. We wouldn't have all these games trying to copy it because of how well it was awesome. Like, again, the characters are great. The voice acting is great. I just like the setting. I like the atmosphere. I agree the final boss fight sucks, because it does. I will flat out agree with that. But I like the stuff. The Scarecrow segments are good. I like the Killer Croc segment. I like there's so much.
Yeah, and what about at the end where Joker becomes a hulking monster?
That was stupid. I like that Arkham City does end up, I guess, tying back into it, but I thought that just didn't make any real sense when I played it at first, and it just, to me, again, like I said, the final boss fight sucked. But like I said, they didn't even want to do boss fights in that game. They kind of did them last minute, so it's like that's why they weren't as good as they were supposed to be.
Yeah, and but it was nice that this reunited the cast from the animated series.
Yeah, I think the casting was great. It was perfect.
Yeah. Now we got Arkham City.
1.
Okay.
to me, Arkham City is probably one of the best superhero games of all time. I think, again, you have, I think, and this is another problem with Origins, which I'm going to get into real quick. The side missions, I didn't like the side missions in Origins because two of them was the assassin stuff, because the assassins should have been the main story.
Wait, assassins?
Yeah, because remember Deathstroke, Bane, Killer Croc,
Wait,
Deadshot.
Those are from Origins.
Yeah, I know. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, with Origins, they basically made two of them side plots, but the side plots in City, I think, were executed perfectly, because the villains that were in the side stuff were not involved in the main story, but it kept you going.
Okay.
And I think the story, I get the criticisms with it, though. Like, Hugo Strange could have had a bigger role. And I do think that as far as length, it was a little too short. But I found the game to be very, very well done. I think the story for even though it's short, but at the same time, it gets what it needs to be. It's done fantastically. I think the story is great. I think the boss fights are really good. I think just everything with City was just done well. And the death scene of the Joker at the end.
Did you expect that?
I didn't expect it, but it was a very emotional ending, though, in a way. And the Catwoman stuff I liked because again, I played the Catwoman stuff because I played the more complete version of the game and Harley Quinn's Revenge. Like, that stuff was done very well as well. Arkham City, to me, is just one of those superhero games where it's just great. Like, you can't deny how much impact it had on the genre.
Yeah, and the whole thing with the Joker looking healthy turning out to be Clayface.
Yeah, that was actually a cool twist, but unfortunately, this is when we get to Arkham Knight, you're going to understand where I put it, which is I'm going to put Arkham Knight at number 4, and by no means do I hate this game. I think the game has a lot of good things, but it has a lot of bad things. First of all, I think visually looks great. I think, again, but you should expect that. It's a next-gen game. Combat-wise, I think the combat is probably the best it's ever been, and the voice acting, for the most part, is good. Bad things about it. The story is all over the place. It's not a very well-executed story. There's a lot of plot holes. The Batmobile is another huge problem for me. Again, if you use the Batmobile sparingly or just use it to transport yourself, I would have liked it more. But it was just overused. The boss fights are bad. The side missions, for the most part, except for the villain ones, aren't that great. And personally, it just wasn't don't get me wrong, it's not the worst game ever made, because there's a lot of good stuff. Some of the side missions are fun. The Season of Infamy DLC is great. And I do think there are points like the where you're trying to keep the Jokers in the quarantine. That was good. But overall, I'm with EJ. It was a disappointment. It's not the worst game ever made. It's not I would say it's not Spider-Man 3 levels of bad, and it's not Superman 64 levels of bad. It's more under the lines of it was just a disappointment because I expected more.
Okay, and Arkham Knight being Jason Todd.
That was, unfortunately, it was very predictable.
Yeah, and when Arkham Knight came out, I was like, sweet, another Batman game. I didn't think it was gonna be the conclusion.
I think they said it was gonna be the last one, at least with that game is concerned, because they said there is really nowhere else you could really go with it. I think you could have went other places with it. A Scarecrow I would have liked as a main villain, but the problem is there was so much that they left open because again, they didn't really resolve everything in Origins and City. They resolved some things, but there's a lot of things they never resolved, like Clayface, for example. What happened to him? I'm pretty sure him going into the Lazarus pit didn't kill him.
Yeah, and what happened to all the other guys? Um, crap, I forgot. But anyway, this is the list.
Yeah, that sounds about right for me.
So before we go off to some other types of tier list, I want to do Arkham villains.
Yes.
Okay. First up, we got Bane.
Ooh, okay. So as far as Bane is concerned, I liked Bane in Arkham Origins because I think that was the one where he was Bane. But other than that, I found Arkham Asylum and Arkham City Bane to be probably the most. I guess I wouldn't say it was like a letdown. It was just more like we didn't see enough of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, I will break you, Batman. Then the Bruja.
And then he got ran over by the Batmobile.
Yeah, so here's how it is. He ranks from deadly to waste of space.
I would put Bane at extreme danger. I wouldn't put him at deadly because I'm just going by the character as a whole.
Okay. Black Mask.
Ooh, this one is. If there was one, I don't know where I would put him because he was more of a disappointing villain.
So waste of space.
I would, I would say so because I expected more from Black Mask.
Yeah, when he turned out to be the Joker.
When it was revealed that it was actually the Joker, I was not happy. I found it to be very predictable. That was just a bad, stupid decision that they did.
Do you think that not in that game, Batman would meet Joker later down the line?
I think maybe doing it in an Arkham Origins sequel, I would have liked that more. But the first game should have focused more on Batman fighting Black Mask and the assassins and building up his character slowly.
Yeah, but it was introducing most of his enemies, so you got to include Joker.
I get that, but like I said, doing it in a sequel would have made more sense. Like if you'd had an after credit scene where you show the Joker, I would have liked that more.
Okay. Deadshot.
I'm gonna put him at a regular villain because he was only really a side character or a side villain, so I wouldn't necessarily go as far as he's not a waste of space. He's just there.
Okay, and next up, this is Deathstroke.
I really like Deathstroke, but in these games, he was a huge disappointment.
Not in Origins.
I would say Origins as well because the way they advertised him, like you thought he was gonna have a bigger role, but instead you beat him in the first 20 minutes of the game.
Well, that's true.
And then Arkham Knight, that he had no reason to be there.
Okay, so here.
Because again, I would say he would be more under the levels of Black Mask, where he was such a disappointment. I would even say he's a bigger disappointment than Black Mask.
Okay, Solomon Grundy.
But here's the thing, though, with Solomon Grundy, we only saw him in one game.
So yeah, here.
I wouldn't put him in Waste of Space. I would put him in regular villain because, again, he was not in the game enough. He wasn't in enough of the games for me to really fairly rank him.
Okay, I'm gonna go around. Victor Zsasz.
Zsasz, the thing with Zsasz is, again, he's more under the lines of Deadshot and Solomon Grundy, where he's really a side villain. He's not like the most spectacular villain of all of them.
Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter, again, I'm going to put in regular villain. I thought for what he was good, but side villain.
Same for
Hush.
Yeah,
I'm putting Hush at regular villain too. Guys, this is not my ranking of the actual DC characters. This is more the Arkham characters, the Arkham versions of the characters. But as like the Arkham version of Hush, I think Hush should have been the main villain of Arkham Knight.
Okay, Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange, I'll put it kind of dangerous because he was only in one game, but he was technically the main villain. And I think he was good.
Okay. Killer Croc.
Killer Croc was, so in the first game, he was I like the stuff with him. He wasn't in City. He was only in it as like a cameo. Arkham Origins, you beat him in the first level of the game, and then in Arkham Knight, he's basically relegated to DLC. The thing is, it's like he has more like I'll put him at kind of dangerous to Hugo Strange. I think he's not a regular villain because again, he's had more time, I guess, in the games, but
Okay. Mr. Freeze.
Mr. Freeze, I'm going to put at extreme danger. But then again, because I think everything with Mr. Freeze is always great. So
Yeah. Two-Face.
Two-Face, I'll put him at extreme danger. I think as far as because again, he's another villain where he's had more time in these games, but it's another character that I really wish we could have had more time with.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some, by the way, when we're done with this, I have some good ideas to do for Liz.
Mhm.
The Penguin.
Penguin, I'll put Penguin at extreme danger as well. I think Penguin was still a great character. Again, it's like Two-Face and Penguin were more simplified in the Arkham games, but I think they were done well.
I mean, he's voiced by Nathan Drake.
Yeah, and I thought he did a great job with it.
Yeah. Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy, I liked her arc in Night, and I liked her, I guess her as a character. I'll put her at extreme danger. I thought she was good.
Harley Quinn.
With Harley Quinn, I always say this, I think Harley Quinn as a character is very overrated.
Yeah, that's true.
But
yeah, I think her being overrated was due to her popularity after Margot Robbie.
yeah. I don't think she herself is overrated, but I just don't think she's spectacular. She's just not the greatest character ever.
Okay.
But in the Arkham games, she's had a lot of time. I'll put her at extreme danger though, because I think as a character, she's really good.
Talia,
I'm gonna put her actually, I'll put her kind of dangerous because she did have a little bit more development in City, but you only really see her in one game though. But she's not regular villain. I would say she was just more on the lines of Strange and Croc.
Okay. Ra's al Ghul.
I'll put him at extreme danger because I think from what I've seen of him, I just think Raish was a great villain.
Yeah, it's weird that after we saw him in City, he turned into a rotting corpse.
Yeah, because I think he mentioned in City that the Lazarus Pit was basically rejecting him, and that because he was in it so many times.
Yeah, I wish he put up more of a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Riddler.
Waste of space.
Really?
Because those Riddler trophies are a pain in the ass.
Okay. Scarecrow.
I'm gonna put Scarecrow. That one's tough because Arkham Knight Scarecrow sucked. Arkham Asylum Scarecrow was very generic. I'm gonna put Scarecrow at a regular villain.
Okay. Let's see. And finally, the Joker.
He's gonna get number 1.
Deadly.
I mean, there's really no explanation for it. I think. Oh, okay. Austin, answer my question. I want to know yours. Know my what? Hey, LDG's here. What's up, LDG? How you doing? How you doing, my friend? Great to have you. Great to see you here, Pixels. Got 10 viewers, guys. Thank you guys for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you guys coming in and checking out my stuff. What was your question, Emma? Was it the top 5? Was it the top 5 mobile games? Top.
Hey, I hear what'd you say? So put Joker up here.
I think Joker to me is just because again we've seen him in all 4 Batman games, so he's had the most development out of every one of the villains, and I think he is a very well done character. Even though times where I'm like, all right, this character he was not needed.
Okay. And
Oh, she's talking about my favorite. Oh, she's talking about my favorite mobile games. Okay. Mobile games. My number 5. Because I haven't really played a lot of them. I'll say Temple Run, Spider-Man Unlimited, Marvel Future Fight, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, and oh god, I think there's like and then Uno, I guess. I don't play a lot of those mobile games.
yeah. So anyway, when it comes to the Arkham Joker, damn his journey.
It's a very, I would say he's probably one of the most, he has a lot of very good stuff.
And then what do you think in Arkham Knight when Joker was in Batman's head and you see him all around the city while you're flying?
The thing is, it would have worked better if it was executed well. I wouldn't say I think just him being gassed and seeing the Joker, it doesn't really, it didn't work for me.
Well, because my guess it was that his greatest fear is Joker.
Technically, he would be his greatest fear because if you've seen what Joker's done in that universe,
That's
Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the list. Do you need me to do another game one, or we can go off?
I mean, we can do another game. We can do another game one,
and then go off for other lists.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I know we did this one already, but Spider-Man.
Yes, and if maybe find one of the Miles Morales, the new Miles Morales game.
Over there, it's in here. Ooh, it ends at the PS4.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, then let's get started. Want me to do it in release order or how it shows here?
We can do it how it shows.
Okay, this is Spider-Man 2 PS1.
I would put it in B. I thought it was, I'll put it in B. I thought it was good. It's basically the first one, but I do think there's not a huge impressive lineup of villains. But
yeah, and funny it had the Twin Towers before 9/11.
Yeah, because they were gonna do that, but because of what happened, they had to take it out. I don't know how different it would have been if they had it in there.
Yeah, I mean, but it was cool at the time. This is Spider-Man: Edge of Time.
I'm gonna put this one in B as well. I think there's not a lot of love that's shown to Edge of Time. I think Edge of Time deserves a little bit more respect.
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 Spider-Man played by the voice actors from the 2 most popular cartoons, the 90s cartoons, Spectacular.
And you have Spider-Man 2099, and you have, to me, I think visually the game is great. I like the time travel stuff. Like, I like Anti-Venom. Like, I do think the atrocity stuff was kind of like, we already technically seen that in the PS1 game, but it was cool to see it back again.
Yeah, I mean, you liked how 2099 and Amazing were voiced by the guys from the 2 most popular cartoons, Spectacular and the 90s cartoon.
I think the casting was perfect. Even Val Kilmer, who was Walker Sloan, I thought he did a good job.
Yeah, and and the CEO of Alchemax was Peter Parker.
But see, I like that because I like the twist because they mess with time.
That's true, but yeah, it wasn't terrible.
No, I think it's more underrated.
Yeah, I mean, most of the game takes place inside.
Yeah, but I'm okay with. To me, I think I'm okay with linear games as long as they're fun.
Yeah.
Like, not every game to me has to be free roam. Like, they can be linear, but linear is always good.
And the weird thing is, the marketing for Edge of Time was all about the death of Peter Parker.
But even I said, like, they're gonna find a way to not have that happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's true, but but not every Spider-Man's Peter Parker though. Like in the Ultimate Comics, it's Miles Morales. In 2099, it's Miguel O'Hara. In the Spider-Gwen comics, Gwen is Spider-Man, and then you have the What If comics where it's like Flash Thompson, and you have Betty Brant, and then like you just all these like different Spider-Mans. But Peter Parker is the most significant.
Okay. Shattered Dimensions.
A.
Okay.
I think because I think the game is the first linear game that we got in a while, but I thought it was a very fun game. Like again, having those 4 different Spider-Men, like they all had their unique qualities. Like 2099 had the best visuals. Ultimate, I think, had the best villains. Noir had the best gameplay, while Amazing had the best combat.
Yeah. I just played the game recently, and I am terrible at noir stealth missions.
Yeah, like the stealth missions felt more like Arkham. But yeah, I liked it. I
Yeah,
thought,
and, once again, the voice cast is the Spider-Man from all the most popular Spider-Man cartoons.
yeah, the voice acting is perfect. Like you had, I think the Spider-Man from the Amazing Friends as the 2099 Spider-Man. You had Neil Patrick Harris as Amazing Spider-Man. Christopher Daniel Barnes as Noir Spider-Man, and Josh Keaton as Ultimate Spider-Man. I think the casting was perfect.
Yeah. But in the end, would you have wished if it was free roam?
No, personally, I think it works as a linear game.
Yeah.
I think a free roaming game like that can work now. It's just you got to think back then with the limitations of the 360 and the PS3, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, I was just thinking something funny, like how all the 4 was from the popular cartoons. It made me think of like, what if instead of before we had the game, it was the actual Spider-Mans from those cartoons?
It would have been cool, but I think they didn't do that because they wanted variation. Because
but then I thought it would have been weird because that would have been 4 Peter Parkers.
but technically, to me, I think having the 4 different styles works a lot more in terms of variety.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Spider-Man 2000 PS1.
I'm gonna put that in A.
Okay. The first Spider-Man game everyone knows.
I think just to me, I agree it does not hold up, but I thought it was a very solid game. It was the first game of that era, like, and Spider-Man was the first character that really had who was really able to jump out of the 2D stuff and was able to go into the 3D realm perfectly. The story, it's cheesy. I will admit that. It's very cheesy. But it's not overall bad. Like, it's fun. I agree it doesn't age well. It is very linear. But overall, it's an A for me.
Yeah.
Hey, Shifty's here. What's up, Shifty? Spider-Man PS1 is S tier, great, unlocks what if mode added replay value, and that police chase level is fantastic. Shifty, I would not disagree with you.
Then bum.
Well, I don't know if I would necessarily put it in S, but I think as far as Shifty, I would agree with him as far as it being S tier. But
yeah, and the fun thing is when you first turn on the game, when you're in the intro screen, it's a techno remix of the '60s theme.
Oh, it is too. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll put it in S just for significant value.
Okay. And Doc Ock with the Carnage symbiote.
It was weird, but I thought it was fine for what it was.
And Venom in the game, he was a threat at first, but then he started to turn into like a child.
You know what? But then you got to think though too. Like the game was basically made for it. It wasn't necessarily made for mature stuff though.
But even though Venom in that version did sound threatening.
Yeah, like he actually was voiced by the voice of Cosmo from
Yes,
Fairly Odd
that's true.
Parents.
And Spider-Man was voiced by Reno Romano, who did Batman.
And I think he did Spider-Man in the Unlimited cartoon.
Yep. And Black Cat and Doc Ock were voiced by the same guys from the 90s cartoon.
Very good stuff.
Yeah. Next up, Spider-Man 2002, the game based off the first Sam Raimi film.
I'm gonna put it in B. I think it's a good game, but it's not like A or S tier because I think it has problems. Like the stealth segments are not fun. Like the
Okay,
stealth
yeah.
segment in Oscorp was bad, but I like that it's going into the movie. But like compared to the other games, it's more limited.
Did you like that Spider-Man and the Green Goblin were the actors from the film, Tobey Maguire and Willem Dafoe?
I like that. I like that they were able to get them in for like to read lines and stuff. I think that was cool of them too.
Yeah, if you noticed how in the games, Tobey Maguire does more jokes than in the movies.
Yeah, like he calls Shocker the cushion.
Oh yeah, he's like, "Give me a break, Shock. I'm going to school." This is the first movie game, not great, but the Alex Ross movie concept unlocked awesome, and they let you play as the Green Goblin.
That is true.
And the funny thing about it is, that's Harry Osborn, voiced by Spectacular Spider-Man's Josh Keaton.
That's actually it was really cool.
Yeah, the years before he actually became Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's just like you had Green Goblin, you had Vulture, you had Shocker,
Yeah, the Scorpion.
Scorpion. Man, like this game was really good though.
Yeah, because it was just basically following the plot of the first Sam Raimi film, but with added stuff in there.
Yeah, but I think it works. Like this to me is Spider-Man 2 before they did Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, and what else? I heard that what I said about Josh Keaton, he was originally up to do the Spider-Man in that movie game, but they didn't know they could have get Tobey Maguire to do it. But when they were able to get him, they decided to just use Tobey.
Very interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2,
I'm gonna put it in S.
definitely.
Now I know I said before it's overrated, but I think the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, it's not overrated. Like there are things that don't necessarily age well with that game, but I think overall the game to me is very excellent. The story is great. I think combat is great. I like the speed of it. I like everything of it was just perfect. It was like the first real superhero game of that really went into the free roaming aspect, and it was the first game where it was like the GTA. It was like a GTA style of free roam where they graphically I would say graphically it's not necessary. It doesn't age well graphically, but
Yeah,
I thought.
And just like the first game, it follows the plot of the movie, but with villains from the comics.
Yeah. And
Bruce Campbell narrating.
I think Bruce Campbell was great as the narrator in those games.
Yeah. And it was the first time Spider-Man you could swing around the city.
Yeah, it's just a great game. I think as a movie licensed game, it's probably one of the best ones.
Yeah, but if I had to say one thing, if I have to hear one little kid going, "I lost my balloon."
Yeah, the balloon stuff is kind of weird.
What's this? Second movie game, no costume unlocks. Models are step back from first. Running animation is ugly, but awesome free roam swinging and a great combat system, especially hanging crooks from lampposts.
I do agree with what he said. I think that the animation I thought was fine. The models were kind of a step down, but
Yeah, I mean, that's supposed to look like Tobey Maguire.
yeah, but I think overall the game is just great, and you guys should play it.
And the funny thing is, J. Jonah Jameson is not voiced by J.K. Simmons until the third movie game.
Ah, man, that's right.
Yeah, Speaking of which, Spider-Man 3, the movie game.
D.
Okay.
Again, this game is bad. Gameplay wise, awful. The story, while it may be better than the movie, I thought the story was bad too.
Yeah, I can agree, but at least the story is improved, a little bit of improvement over the movie.
It is, and I will agree with you, but I felt the gangs and stuff were really stupid. I didn't I like how when Peter gets a symbiote, he acts like what he should have acted like in the film.
Yeah, annoying jerk.
Yeah, but the models looked hideous. When I
Were
say
they
they look,
trying to make him look like the actors?
yes, like I'll give them credit for trying to make it look like the actors, but gameplay and just visually, it's just ugly.
Well, some of them look like the actors, like James Franco and J.K. Simmons.
I think he looked good, but again, it didn't look good enough.
And and also it gave Sandman a reason to join up with Venom.
Yeah, Sandman showing up. I like the Sandman reasoning stuff. Venom was better, but once again, same problem. Venom doesn't appear till the end of the game.
Oh yeah, that's true. But we had the Lizard and Sandman and all the other villains to deal with.
Yeah, but a lot of them don't get enough time though.
That's true.
Like Craven, you only see once. Lizard isn't in the game a whole lot. It just the game just has problems. It has a lot of problems. It's not good.
And the soundtrack to the third game was really good.
The soundtrack, I will admit, was good, but it's not my favorite soundtrack in any movie game.
Yeah. Web of Shadows.
S.
I gotta ask, when you played that game, did you make Spider-Man evil with the symbiote rule the world, or the good side?
Oh, I did all of the choices.
Really?
The game, to me, the game is like combat wise. It is probably one of the best Spider-Man games combat wise. Visually, I think the game looks great. I liked the free roaming, the web swinging, all of it was great. I liked the usage of the black suit. I like how powerful it made you feel, and I liked how it just Web of Shadows as like it definitely is in my top 3 Spider-Man games.
Yeah, and in my opinion, when I played it, I only enjoyed playing the red suit and saving the day, the good side.
I did as well, but sometimes it's good to be bad.
Yeah, but at the end, it was either Spidey kills Venom, putting the repeller, or he does it himself.
Like if you choose the red option, I think that's the best death scene for Venom.
Yeah, therefore he's like, "My life, time to die like a man."
That was good.
Yeah, but I know we don't know personally, but in this game, what does it take place in universe wise?
I think it's set in its own universe because it doesn't have really anything to do with the Raimi films, but it has nothing to do.
Maybe the main continuity, Marvel 616.
Possibly, but yeah, I could see that.
Because I don't think I remember Venom dying in 616.
No, he didn't die in 616 at all.
Yeah. Also, the use of other villains like heroes like Wolverine and what else? Luke Cage.
Something like that.
Yeah, and it's weird when you were fighting symbiote Wolverine, you can either let him fight it or break him in half.
Yeah. Oh, dude, if you break him in half, that was disgusting. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Now
Damn.
Wolverine's like Darth Maul.
That is true. He's gonna have robotic legs.
Yeah, and what was that? The one thing that almost made me sick was that 5-headed Venom monster at the end.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that 5-head Venom monster looked cool though.
Yeah, I didn't know that Eddie Brock could do something like that. It made me sick.
Well, it wasn't Eddie Brock, it was the symbiote.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's keep going. Friend or foe?
I'm gonna put that in C.
And the funny thing is, you know how this game is actually set in the Raimiverse?
Yeah.
How are all his villains alive?
You know, personally, that I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's Willem Dafoe, Alfred Molina, Topher Grace, Thomas Hayden Church, all back.
I think you could just say it could be, but it could also just be like because again, you see Nick Fury. I think they did that as like it's more set in its own universe, but they used the movie models to get more people to buy it.
Oh, so basically, you're saying like it's still the main comic universe, but use the looks of the Sam Raimi films to get people excited?
Yes. But
Oh,
then again, with that type of game, like to me, the game isn't anything spectacular. Like it doesn't hurt anything. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just in the middle.
okay. Ultimate Spider-Man.
S.
Yeah. And the events we see in the game is exactly what happens in the book.
Yeah. And that is one of the reasons why it's an S, but also it visually looks great. I like the web swinging. I like the combat. All of it was very good.
And was the voice for Spider-Man okay?
I thought the voice was fine.
I mean, I found out it's the same voice as Mag from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
actually, I think Venom was played by Eminem.
Really?
I think. Let me check. Wonder if was that actually him? No, it couldn't have been. I might have been mistaken. He looked like him though. What? Handheld. No. Voice actors. Arthur Burghardt.
Yeah, but at least it's fun to get to play as Venom.
Oh no! It's not Eminem, guys. My apologies. It looked like Eminem though. It does. If you like Eminem, you'll like the look of his.
Anyway, yeah, you get to play as Venom.
Yeah, the Venom gameplay was fun. Like I that's what I also like about it too, is like it feels different. Like it's not like, oh, you just play as Spider-Man and you save the day. Like you also get to play with Venom and you get to, absorb things and all of that.
Yeah, and what else? So you're right. Everything we see, the events of the whole game, is exactly what happens in the books.
Yes. And I think overall Ultimate Spider-Man is a very, very good game and underrated because not a lot of people talk about it. So if you guys have not played it, go ahead and just go and play it.
The Amazing Spider-Man, the one based off Andrew Garfield's first film.
I'm going to put that one in C.
Okay.
The game itself was okay. I would say it's not badly made. The villains are kind of one-dimensional, though. Like, Rhino was a Rhino. Vermin was what Vermin was. Story-wise, I give it credit for innovating that it's not directly, I guess, the movie, but it's more like it's taking it from the game. It's after the movie, which I thought that was cool, and you're bringing Alistair Smythe, that was cool, and
this is supposed to be set in the Mark Webb Andrew Garfield films, right?
I think so. Yes.
Well, I know they mentioned about the Lizard and Kirk Connors and killing Gwen's father.
Yeah, like I like that stuff. But it's not very memorable though. Like it's just like it has like the web swinging was good. I like the combat. It's not a bad game. It's just the story just could have been better.
I think the way to know that this was in the Mark Waid film is that Spider-Man in this game was voiced by Andrew Garfield.
I don't think he was.
Well, he wasn't. He was voiced by the guy who did Donatello in the 2003 for Kids Turtles series.
Yeah, I thought the voice acting in that for him in that game was just okay. Like it wasn't bad, but he wasn't great.
The sequel.
Okay, before I say this, the game has. I'm gonna put it in D, and I'm gonna explain why. Amazing Spider-Man 2 felt rushed. The story, like Spider-Man 3, is all over the place. It's way too short. The web swinging was good. I like the combat. The biggest issue for me is its story. It's unfinished. Kraven was probably the best character in the game because I would say Kraven, Green Goblin, and Kingpin were the only villains that were good. I like they try to tie into the Uncle Ben thing where he tries to find Uncle Ben's killer, but then that gets resolved abruptly. We see Shocker for a little while. I thought he was only there for a little bit, and then Harry had a little bit of development. Electro had no development. He just went from being Max Dillon to Electro without really seeing how he becomes Electro. Carnage was there at the end, but he really didn't have any development as a character.
Yeah, and this was also set in the Garfield films.
This was very weird. Like, this is one of those games where I found it just be I think the story's there. In terms of execution, it just was not handled well.
Okay, and what else? You said Green Goblin. You sure he was good?
He was probably the most developed villain in the game.
I mean, doesn't he go through the same things that Danny Han went through?
Yes, but again, it was done well. I liked it.
All right, and last but not least,
S.
All right.
I don't even have to. I don't even need to say anything. It's an S tier. Go and play it.
Yeah, and Spider-Man's voiced by Teenage Ben 10.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, and sorry that Miles wasn't in here, but if it was, where would you put it?
I would say I would maybe put it in A or B because I think as a sequel, I think as a spin-off it's good, but as a sequel, I think the game is good, but it has problems. Like I think the story could have used a little bit more development, and I really wish it could have been longer.
Okay. All right. So before we continue, how many are you up for before you need to go?
Because I'm thinking of ending it at once we hit the 2-hour mark. That's when I want to end it.
So how many more do you want to do?
I can do a few more depending on what the lengths are.
Okay, and maybe once we cut the stream, we can continue for a few minutes.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So my next two ideas, I think, were Pixar and DreamWorks. What do you say?
Sure, we can do that.
Both of them?
I think maybe just stick with Pixar.
On that DreamWorks?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Because I just wanted to see where you would rank stuff like the Shrek films or Madagascar.
Sure.
But if you want to stick with Pixar, we will.
Yeah, let's just stick with Pixar because
Yeah,
I think Pixar I'm more comfortable with because.
Okay. But just for real quick, we're not gonna do all of them. Just certain ones. I just want to see where you put these certain ones. Like Shrek 1, where would you put him?
I'll just do I'll just do certain ones because.
Well,
I don't.
The ones we most know are Shrek and Madagascar, so we need to do those ones.
Well, I can also do I'll do Kung Fu Panda, How You to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
And I know I can do, but the Shrek ones right now I'm gonna leave alone.
No, well, I'll take care of them then. I think the first one was good. The second one was perfect. third one, it
Sucked.
was average.
The third one sucked.
Oh, good. And the fourth one was
That was
average.
bad.
Oh, okay. But you agree, should Shrek 1 move up a little?
Maybe to great, but that's also because I was in the theater production of Shrek.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was in a theater production of Shrek.
Who'd you play?
I played as Thelonious.
Oh, you were like, 3, big number 3, my lord.
Well, no, we didn't have that in the play though,
Who played
because we
Shrek?
I think it was like I don't know if I should say his name on stream.
Oh, you can tell me after.
Yeah, but
Okay,
it
so,
was just so because we did it was like a school play.
That's cool. All right, so what's next?
Let's do Kung Fu Panda. I've had a shared history with this.
Okay, first one.
I would say it was good.
Okay. All right, second one.
I'll put that in good as well. I thought Kung Fu Panda 2 was good.
Okay, and finally 3.
I thought 3 was okay.
Maybe average.
Yeah.
All right, we'll end this one before we go to Pixar off with Madagascar and Wallace and Gromit.
Madagascar. Madagascar for me, like they're good, but they're not my favorite things though.
Okay, well, on to Pixar. All right, let's see. Take a did. We already did it already, but
Pixar and spin-offs. Okay,
Yeah.
this. Oh,
Oh, sorry. All right, let's do it.
okay.
Wall-E.
S.
Okay.
Visually It's just phenomenal visually.
Yeah, and seeing how the world was sometimes made me think, are we gonna end up like that?
Yeah, I thought it was a very, very good movie. Visually,
What I meant was like how the world we saw Wall-E in on Earth.
yeah, like I think story-wise, visually, like it's kind of like more of a silent film if you really think about it, because there's not a whole lot of dialogue except like when it comes like to the male characters and like the other robots, but like you mainly hear the noises. But visually and story-wise, it's so good.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, seeing how Wall-E was in with the world and the trash made me think, are we gonna end up like that?
Yeah, like that's always what I would say though.
Yeah. So I think the way we'll do this, we'll do the lesser known ones, and then we'll do the well known franchises like Monsters Inc. and Toy Story.
Okay.
All right. So The Good Dinosaur.
F.
Okay.
I don't even need to go into an explanation.
A Bug's Life.
I'll put it in A.
Okay.
I thought it's good, but I think it doesn't. I don't know visually if it holds up. I might have to rewatch it.
Okay. And Ratatouille.
S. Very good movie.
Planes, Fire and Rescue.
F.
And First Planes.
F.
I didn't see Soul yet because it's not even out yet.
Yeah, it's not out.
So I'll just leave it here. Up.
Up. I'll put it at a B.
Okay.
Emma says, "Excuse me, awesome. Look in the chat vote as well." I feel like with bracket, I feel like it would work more if it was like a bracket fight.
Oh crap! I forgot about the chat. Whoops.
You know, we can do that after this list.
Oh crap! Zach and his Toy Story 4.
Now, when we get to Toy Story 4, I do have a few things to say.
To quote Denzel Crocker, oh boy, what's he gonna say?
Cars goes to F. All of them go to F.
Oh, I get what he means. Like for Crocker, always going F.
He goes,
All right.
F is for fairies.
Yeah. Onward.
It was an A, or no, I'd say B. It was good.
I mean, you could put Chris Pratt and Tom Holland are in everything.
Yeah, it was good. Liked it.
All right, Coco.
Yeah, actually, I'm with EJ. Like, I would just leave Soul down there.
That's what he said. How could you put Soul in F? It's not out yet.
Yeah, just leave it. I would just leave it in the thing.
All right, Coco.
I would put it at S.
Okay.
It's a visually stunning movie.
And finally, Brave.
C. I thought it was okay.
And now we're on to the well-known franchises. We'll start with, I already know where EJ's putting the Cars movies.
Well, for Cars 1, I'll put it as C. I thought it was okay. Cars 2 and Cars 3, F.
Okay. I mean, making Mater the side character.
That was trash. Well,
Well-
Mater was okay in the first one. Cars 2, Cars 3, trash.
Yeah, I mean, Mater was good first, but I prefer 1 and 3 because it told a good beginning and end to Lightning McQueen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Next up, let's see. The Incredibles.
The
wait.
Incredibles.
Wait, Emma, I almost
go-
forgot. Inside Out.
You know what? I'm gonna put it in A.
Inside Out.
I really liked it.
Okay. Sorry about that. The Incredibles.
S.
All right. Let's go in. Why?
I think Incredibles to me, it's like a family movie, but it's like a superhero film, and I think it's well done.
And I'm Syndrome. Your nemesis in it.
Yeah, Syndrome I thought was a great character. I think all the characters are just great because they're very flawed characters, but they're good. I like the characters.
Yeah. And the sequel, Incredibles 2.
I'll put it in. It's not better than the first one. I'll start off with that. It's not better than the first one.
Yeah, so
I'll put it in B. I thought it was good.
I mean, the villain, I could see a mile away. Them focusing on Elastigirl, I was okay with.
Yeah.
And the side plots of Jack, and Violet.
Yeah. Something
Yeah.
like that.
And okay, so what's next?
Let's do Finding Nemo. Why
Okay,
not?
where's that going?
Finding Nemo.
I'd say an S.
I'll put it in A.
Oh, really? Why is that?
It's a good movie. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite one though. It was just good.
Oh, well, it's a heartfelt story. It can make you cry.
Yeah. Like I think it has a great story. I just think it's just a good movie. I wouldn't.
Whoa. EJ thinks Greenslaver is better than Syndrome?
You know, I could see that. I mean, it's just it's
What
one of those
did you put
things.
that up for?
Oh, I just want to put that disclaimer here, just in case. You know, we're gonna have differing opinions, and that's okay.
Okay, well, anyway, so for Finding Nemo, yeah, it's a great story. I love the chase scenes. Fish are friends, not food.
You know what? As every time I do a tier list, I'm just gonna have a disclaimer.
Okay, but anyway, Finding Dory.
I'll put it at C. It was okay.
Why is that?
I just found it's not as good as the first one.
Well,
It's just-
EJ thinks Finding Nemo should belong in S.
I mean, I could see it. It just for me, it isn't one of my favorites. It's not the strongest. Zach's here. What up, Zach?
What up? What up?
Oh, do you agree with the list so far?
Let's see what we got here. Why still an F? That's not even out yet. It's not coming out till Christmas.
Well, I had to put it somewhere.
But F is a defining grade. That means it's shit.
Okay, how about this? And roll below. There, is that better?
Oh yeah, sure. Because I was like, man, I get it. I get you to know where to put it, but I'm like, did you see it before we did? By the way,
No.
like, is that
But-
something you're not telling us? Do you get screenings? If so, can I have one?
All right. So, do you agree with the list so far? Like Finding Nemo at A?
Oh yeah. I'll look at the list real quick. Let's see. Yep. Brave. I'm not actually like here to change this or anything, but to say personally, I would put Brave in B because it's not like in God tier or anything, but I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah,
Like-
and Cars 2, I'll admit, I don't hate this film, but it's not really that good though. But C sounds about right for that. And Finding Dory, I would put in B as well.
Okay. All right. Hey, what-
Good
hey, Zach,
Dinosaur.
oh wait, hey Zach, what made you come in?
Someone's got to defend the Toy Story 4, don't they?
Oh no, we'll
Hang
get
on.
to that.
Yeah, well, actually, I do have a few things I would like to say about Toy Story 4, but real quick,
Well-
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab my computer charger.
Okay.
Well, let's see. I
Well,
saw
hey,
the
dude.
first planes. I don't like it, so that one's good right there. I didn't
Did you
even
like-
bother watching the sequel, so.
Hey dude, did you see the list me and Austin been doing before?
Oh yeah, I was popping on every now and then. There's a
Yeah,
bit of
we were doing the
drama
games.
and Discord,
doing-
but it's all past now.
Yeah,
so
well,
I figured
we were
I
doing
figured I'd
games.
come in here.
Yeah, we were doing games, and we did
Yeah.
Batman Arkham, and now
Oh
we're doing
yeah,
this.
yeah.
And the good,
I didn't know any of the games, but I was watching it, so it seemed all good.
yeah, most of these were my choosing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
let's
so-
see.
Well. Yeah. Now we got the monsters films, and then the one that started Pixar.
Cars
But-
3 and F.
Well, that's what Austin said.
Okay, but yeah, like Cars 3, I actually think is like, okay, this is a good movie. Like my favorite of the Cars movies, actually. And let's see what else we got. Where else is everything? I mean, where is everything else? Onward at a B. Sounds about right.
Yeah. And
Yeah. But it's better than Frozen 2.
yeah, that's true. Oh,
You want to know why? Nostalgia
Why?
Critic actually pointed this out, and I'm like, that actually makes sense because the consequences in this movie actually stick. There's sacrifice. There's shit for anything sacrificed in Frozen 2.
okay, well, should we wait for Austin
Because
to
think-
continue?
Oh yeah, we should because like I said, he said he had some stuff to say about the Toy Stories. But yeah, like I said, in Frozen 2, think this way. You know, the whole thing they said that the town has to be destroyed or whatever to make up for the sins of the past. You know, that whole
Too
thing.
bad, put a giant ice wall on it.
But you get what I mean?
Yeah.
They puss out on that. Elsa just comes in and uses her eyes powers, the wave is gone, the town is saved. No consequences. Everything's hunky dory. Contradicting all of meaning that there's they Disneyfied it. It's one of the times where I want Disney to Disney. I want like here's the thing. I want Disney to Disney and not Disney. But
Yeah.
but with Frozen 2, they Disneyed.
Speaking of the critic, doing the Disney December,
Yep.
and during his first one, his intro was like, "Wow, what a year! I need some Disney."
Mm-hmm.
So I thought the same thing because
Yep.
I think
He's
he
not
was-
that fond of Rise of Skywalker, by the way.
oh, yeah,
That was
he-
it. That was it. That was today's Disney December.
Yeah, and I agree with how he viewed things because I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff.
I can't wait to see his views on Dark Phoenix because
Well, he said he was doing the Fox movies too, right?
yeah, which would technically mean X-Men Dark Phoenix and X-Men The New Mutants.
Okay.
Uh,
Oh, hey, you're back.
yeah, I'm back.
So anyway, let's continue. Monsters University.
I would.
That's a B.
I agree.
I personally would say B.
I mean,
It's
We can-
predictable as all hell, but at least it's a good sequence of events.
That's a
well,
good movie.
did you like that they had showed how Mike and Sally met?
Yeah, I liked it.
That's what I have a problem with. If they had fixed that little continuity error, it would be a B. I mean, it would
Which
be
one
an
was
A.
that?
something about this saying, "Oh, you've been like this since the 4th grade or whatever," but they didn't
Oh,
meet
yeah.
until college.
I heard that the director of the film was originally gonna have showing Mike and Sully meet in elementary school, have them part
Yeah.
ways, and then re-meeting it again in college.
But no, it's just like, oh, they're meeting then. I'm like,
But I liked how what the ending was like, showing how Mike and Sully
yeah.
got
Everything
along.
else, yeah, I said it's watchable, despite that one continuity hiccup. Like they kind of
Yeah.
Dark Phoenixed it, but
So if they,
But
it'll be
still.
funny. They could, since this movie came out, they can make like a special version of Monsters Inc. and edit that one line and have Mike say, "You've been jealous of me since we went to Monsters University." There.
I guess so.
But it's not. But it's not like a huge problem for me though. Like, I would say I would agree with Zach. If they didn't have that stupid error, I'd give it an A. But yeah, it's a B.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
it's a predictable setup, but at least it's a good predictable setup.
Now, Monsters Inc.
You know where?
S.
Yes.
I love them. I think Mike and Sully are on the same level as Woody and Buzz. Do you agree?
I would say so.
Yeah, I would agree.
I mean, I love the story. I love the whole thing with the factory and Randall
Mhm.
and Boo.
This might be. I know a lot of people say that Toy Story 4 is the funniest Pixar film. I would actually say this is the funniest Pixar movie,
Monsters,
Monsters
Inc.
Inc.
And
Yeah,
now,
like as far as comedy, like I'm always on my ass with this movie. It's just that funny.
yeah, like put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
And what really gets it for me, like the movie itself is just as good, but those freaking like bloopers, in the credits,
Oh yeah,
they
I remember
they
one.
kill me.
I remember
I
one
miss
where
when Pixar movies did that, or
I think
heck, just when movies in general did that. They had that stuff in the credits.
the ones I did were Toy Story 2, A Bug's Life, and Monsters Inc.
Yeah, Toy Story 3 had that too.
Did it really?
Yeah, there was stuff in the credits. Remember?
Oh, okay, but one of them I remember where he's like, Randall, that cheater, he's trying to boost his numbers. Look, in the bag.
bag bay.
What? I think you mean.
Look in the bag.
Yeah, I remember one where it's like, "Come on, we got some. Can we have a little more wax on the floor, please?"
Yeah, like I said, I miss when Pixar or just movies in general when they did that. Bring that back. Like hell.
Oh no, EJ's
I know
coming on.
that Soul movie looks like it's aiming to be a more serious and deeper movie than Pixar usually does, but heck, in the credits, have those fourth wall, whatever, those blooper type credits like the good old days. We need that again.
Now the franchise that started Pixar, Toy Story.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna power
Well,
through it.
Let's
I'm gonna
start
power
with
through it.
we got. Let's go slowly, dude.
Yeah.
The first movie.
Hmm.
I would
You know what?
Toy
I'll put it-
Story 1.
Yeah, I'll
In
put it right
fact,
now.
put it at the very front. It
The very
deserves
front.
it. As basically the first, not just the first Pixar film ever made, but the first computer animated movie. This is the first CGI movie ever.
Yeah, funny.
And
The original drafts for this movie, Woody was a real big dictator and jerk.
oh yeah, the Black Friday stuff.
Yeah,
Everyone in
he's
the
like-
chat, comment below if you've seen that stuff. I want to see what everyone thinks of that. Like, it's
Yeah, he's
actually
like,
interesting.
Get him off the bed, Slinky. In
If it
fact,
wasn't for me, you would have been hauled off to Goodwill a long time ago.
yeah,
Something like it's just like, oh, think? Am I hearing this correctly? Did you say you need to think? Or
And do I know the worst thing about that was they actually had Tom Hanks say that stuff.
yeah, like, oof. Imagine that. Rated G.
Yeah, but I'm glad they changed Woody's character.
Oh yeah, and I have some great points to make about Woody as a character with the other three.
Okay, well, but also with Sid and Pizza Planet, it's a classic.
And Woody and Buzz's friendship.
Yeah, like you are a toy. You want the real Buzz Lightyear.
And what's brilliant about this is that Woody's still a jerk.
Yeah, but at
But he's
least,
But
not like a
it's
dick though. Like, but it's believable.
Oh
but
yeah,
it's, like, you get it.
yeah, but at least
it's
he
like,
changed.
and plus the brilliance of it is, I love how closely they paid attention to detail. Woody didn't actually throw Buzz out the window like they make it look like it was an accident, because you saw he's looking down beneath the drawer, that whole thing. So you get what he was going to do. So you actually get that throwing him out the window was
Yeah,
an
'cause,
accident. That's brilliant,
because
because it
that.
saves his character, and it's like, and it shows free, so you're still able to be on his side and be like, you get it.
Yeah, because you can tell that he didn't want him to go out the window. He wanted him in the
Nope.
in the ledge, the
Like
tight
even
space.
when Woody like didn't actually throw Buzz out the window.
Hold on.
and make it look
Sorry,
like it was
guys.
an
And also,
Oh, sorry.
so yeah, you're right. He is a jerk, but at least by the end of the film, he changed and become a better person.
It's not that he's necessarily like a jerk. It's just like it's relatable in the sense that we've all been jealous before.
Yeah, like I'm still Andy's favorite toy.
Yeah.
All right.
Golly, Bob, howdy. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
shut up. In a couple of months, they'll see. They'll see. I'm still Andy's favorite toy.
Streets. And plus, let's talk about the music score real quick.
Oh yeah, you got a friend in me.
Yep. And when the flying moment at the end,
Oh yeah.
as much as I like Toy Story 4 is my favorite of the series, that is actually my favorite moment in all the Toy Story movies. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, remember Buzz, we missed the truck.
We're not aiming for the truck, and then people would make a certain meme out of that one and about what they'd be aiming for.
Anyway, let's move on.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Toy Story 2.
Pass. I actually
Mm.
like Toy Story 2 more than
Definitely.
the first one.
Yeah, like
I really love Toy Story 2.
this
Yeah,
was if Toy Story 4 is my favorite, then Toy Story 2 is the coolest of all the Pixar films. And maybe the coolest out of all of them, but it's the coolest of all the Toy Story movies is what I actually intended to say, because the scale, the adventure, where they go, and all that. You get what I'm saying? Like this is like the coolest of all the Toy Story movies. Like
and Alice Toy Barn and Jesse and Stinky Pete.
and that's another pain in the eye for continuity, because it's a small thing, but you hear like when Buzz sees the commercials like available at all Alice Toy Bars or something, like that's great.
Oh yeah, and then we see him see all the buzzes in the second film.
And that's hilarious, by the way. Like on paper, you could say, "Oh, how you were just trying to recycle the first film," Buzz tries to make another Buzz, do that thing, but no,
yeah.
it's hilarious.
What do you think of seeing Buzz go through the Duluth thing again, but the another one with the utility belt?
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. Like
He's
That
like,
might
tell
be-
me,
and
tell me I wasn't this deluded.
yep, and it leads to some great bloopers with all those buzzes in the end credits.
I was like, ooh, I remember reading that.
Yep, and then the opening of this film, like you wouldn't think you're in a good way. You wouldn't think you're in a Toy Story movie.
You think you're in a Buzz Lightyear movie?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what's so. Oh, Deshaun, what's up?
Oh hey, this
What's up, Deshaun?
Yeah. All
Hey
right,
guys.
let's keep going.
Yep.
3.
What's up,
Yeah,
Deshaun?
great movie, and I think we can all agree it's one of the instances of a sequel done right, where it doesn't
Yeah.
have to outshine the original. It just but if it can, that's icing on the cake. But all it has to do is deepen the characters, further the story and all that, instead of just the first one.
And
again.
2 things. One, you remember the line where Woody goes, "You're right, Prospector. I can't stop Andy from growing up, but I wouldn't miss it for the world." Remember that line?
This and plus another example of how they must have clearly had a roadmap, like
Yeah,
where they
'cause,
actually
well,
knew where they were gonna go.
Yeah, because
At,
then I heard
at
no
the very, like maybe not from 1 going into 2, but definitely from 2 going into 3, they knew where they wanted to go.
Yeah, because when Woody was saying stuff about him like growing up, I didn't think the third film would actually lead to that.
Yep, and plus, I don't know if you guys know this, so what a production hell though. If you
Yeah.
guys knew what
It
they
almost
went
got
through making this.
deleted.
Yep. Did you know that, guys?
I never knew that. That's
Yeah, like they
interesting.
nearly. Oh, sorry, what?
No, I said that's interesting. I never knew that.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
originally
like-
going to be a direct-to-video feature.
Yep, and it was gonna be like traditional cartoon animation, and they lost. Well, they thought they lost everything, all the files, everything they had in the movie. But thankfully, some executive or something, someone was working from home. She miraculously had everything, so they were still able to release the movie as is. Oh, is EJ okay?
Yeah, I think you had to reconnect.
Oh, yeah. That's crazy, isn't it? And even then, before that whole thing, they were able to rework they were able to make all this in 9 months because initially they had a different story in mind. But I think it was all because of the fact they said, all right, we want to put this in theaters. I think that's what prompted them to rewrite it into the story that we know. And then I said to do all that in 9 months, as opposed to what normally takes years to do with an animated movie, is impressive.
Yeah, and when Toy Story 3 came out, did you expect them to already have Andy as a teenager?
I remember when I, even as a kid, that's what I was thinking, and that's what I was actually wanting them to do. Like,
I mean,
yeah, again, just an example of how they clearly had a roadmap, at least from 2 going into 3. You know what I mean?
yeah, and the whole thing with Sunnyside and Lotso.
Best Pixar villain, by the way. I'm sorry,
Okay, and
but Lotso.
yeah, well, when we get to the next one, I have something to bring up about Woody, but when we get there.
What do you think,
Anyway,
Austin?
Austin?
Oh, he's muted.
Anyway, I guess we can. So, at the end
Well,
of
should we
3,
wait? Just in
well, we can
case.
just bring up more about 3. At the end, where it showed them going to Bonnie and Woody going, "So long, partner." There,
Oh,
done.
not yet.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, well, let's wait for Austin to in that one. So, what do you think, Deshaun, of the Toy Story 3?
Oh, Toy Story 3 is actually my favorite Toy Story movie. Why I put it is, I might put it A. It's not the best Pixar movie I've ever seen, but it's still a great movie though.
Yeah,
Oh, Emma, I agree with you. I mean, we're not talking about football, but I agree with you. Steelers is better than the Chargers.
Okay.
so your thoughts, Austin? Lotso, best Pixar villain.
Yes. I think as far as Toy Story 3 is, and for me in general, I think Toy Story 3 for me personally was my favorite Toy Story movie. It
Is it
is,
still?
yes.
And Austin,
Yeah.
did you expect when this movie came out, they already go to Andy being a teenager?
Oh, sorry about that, EJ.
Yeah, it's all right.
So, we were saying like that we were agreeing that Lotso is the best Pixar villain.
Yeah.
Oh, hands down, he is definitely.
We're all just
No one comes
trash,
close to
ready to be
Lotso.
thrown away. That's all a toy is.
And I just want to say, I didn't think that a serious moment like that would have inspired memes, but there's this one Star Wars YouTube poop I saw where you have Emperor's Lotso, and you do because you know how YouTube poops work. Like say they do that voiceover stuff, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of parodied that with Star Wars, where the Emperor is all like, "We're all just trash, meant to be thrown away," and then Vader's picking him up. It's like, "No, put me down, you idiot!" And throws him down, and you see Vader's like, "Ah."
Oh, I get it.
Wow, okay.
Who would have thought that a serious moment like that would inspire memes?
Yep. Who knew?
Yeah, and in my opinion, at the end where they go to Bonnie and Woody says, "So long, partner." That's where I go.
Oh, dude.
Here are the credits. No more.
But there is more.
Now, actually, when I watched Toy Story 3 is one of the only movies that's actually made me cry. Like when they're in the incinerator, I was like
Oh my
bawling
God,
my
yeah.
eyes out. I was like,
Oh,
no.
Y'all probably gonna think I'm crazy for saying this because considering it's Pixar, so you should probably know. But I actually thought they were gonna go there, if you know what I mean.
Listen, I'm all for character deaths. I always am
I
excited
mean,
when I
hell,
see
yo,
a
when
huge
Buzz gets
character
hit by the
death.
TV, I thought that was it for him right there.
That would
Uh,
have been the most ballsy thing that Pixar would have done.
Wait,
The
Buzz in the
darkest thing
TV?
they would have done
You
too.
remember, like, he's carrying Jessie, trying to get her to safety, but then he sees the TV come towards him and he throws her out of the way,
Oh,
and the
that
TV
match.
lands right on him. I
Yeah.
thought, like, even right there, I thought that was it.
Yeah, I thought so too. But fortunately, they made it out. Thank goodness.
And believe it or not, Toy Story 3 is a movie that actually gets a lot of criticism. A lot of people
Really?
think that
I
there
thought-
isn't enough. A lot of
I
people
thought-
say that there isn't enough buzz in this movie, as far as the fact that they, when he gets turned into evil Buzz again, people say that there isn't enough of Buzz, Buzz.
I
I
mean,
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like all of them got like equal screen time. Personally.
yeah, I thought they got good screen time. I don't know. That wasn't a problem for me.
Yeah.
I did too, yeah. And plus, it's kind of not necessarily bringing it full circle, but it's kind of like, I don't know, what that counted as going full circle because he thinks he's a spaceman again, just like the first movie.
But you know,
Because at a time when they didn't, where people thought that there wasn't going to be a 4, to do the whole spaceman thing again.
Oh yeah, he's like silence, minis of Zurg.
Yep.
But you know,
And this
Jack,
is a
if the choice did went in the incinerator, then you wouldn't have gotten your masterpiece, Toy Story 4. You wouldn't have gotten
know.
Toy Story 4 then.
With the
That would have been the end of
incinerator?
it.
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And this is a. Oh, sorry, go.
Anyway, let's move on to the last one.
Oh no, I was also gonna say that Toy Story 3 is another film that kind of went through a production, not necessarily a production hell, but there was something going on where it was another one where they had a different story for it, but they rewrote it.
I mean, but I feel like though with like a lot of stuff though they do that.
Yeah.
Y'all know what the original story for 3 was gonna be?
What?
Something about how Buzz was gonna be malfunctioning, so there's like this whole recall for Buzz Lightyear's, and their Buzz gets recalled and all the way to Tokyo.
Oh
So
shit!
Woody
It
and
would have been an international film. Damn.
Yep. And
Oh,
Woody and
wow,
the Woody and the
okay.
gang would have all journeyed there somehow to try and get him back. And then
But-
Buzz goes through his own journey, meeting other toys there. Bonds are formed, and I'm assumed that there would have been some kind of villain there. Like the antagonist for Buzz or whatever, but I don't know the full story, but that's basically the premise of what the original Toy Story 3 was going to be.
Would
That's
you have
very
preferred that?
interesting.
Yeah, I think that would have been an interesting film. Because I
Yep.
think as far as storytelling, I think they can pull it off if they
Mhm.
were
Oh,
if they
yeah.
did that.
But what you were saying about like Buzz being deactivated would mean that Tim Allen wouldn't have done not a lot of lines.
Well, not deactivated, but it'd be. I guess deactivated was the wrong word, but something where some type of malfunctions or whatever, which would have led to massive Buzz Lightyear recalls in the movie.
You mean like
That's
having like
what
technical
recalls?
difficulties, probably, or?
Huh?
You're saying my Buzz Lightyear having some technical difficulties?
Yeah, like
Oh, I
wiring or
see.
whatever.
Yeah, I see.
Think of it
Annoying.
as the whole Stitch as a glitch thing, if you know that movie.
It probably would have made him say stuff and go through how he was in the previous 2 films.
Maybe that
Yeah.
would have. Yeah, maybe that would have led to the whole he's a space ranger thing again.
Okay, so let's finish this off with
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Now,
My
can
baby.
I do this first before anybody? For me, it's an A. I think it's a good movie. I
Come on, baby.
didn't have any issues with it. It's a good movie. I don't. There's not a lot of negatives for me to say. It's a good movie. I mean, I just think my biggest nitpick would be is that if you ended it at 3, I would have been fine with it. But otherwise, I liked it. Hey,
But seeing how the story folded out and all that, like how it continued off of 3, do you feel that with what we got that it was necessary, that like it justified its existence? Because that's the whole thing, is that people say good or bad, this movie was unnecessary. Even the people that like this movie don't think it was necessary. Well, not everyone, but that's the most that I hear about it.
I mean, I don't know. That's actually a good question. I mean, I wouldn't say it's like unnecessary because if it was just a flat out bad movie, then I would say this movie just wasn't needed. But it was a good movie. I thought, for what we got, it was a good conclusion for Woody's character. He goes with Bo Peep, and I liked it.
I loved Toy Story 4.
Yep.
I remember when I saw it at the theater, I had a great time, and I still do.
Now,
I got this on my birthday, by the way. Like I did. Like, who would have thought? Like, I wasn't able to get the Blu-ray until it took me a year to be able to get it.
I think animation-wise, I think
Almost a
Toy
year.
Story looks great. I think the characters are great. I think the story that they told was great. I thought overall, yeah, good movie.
And seeing Sean Chandler's review of this film, I agree 100% in particular with the fact that as a character, this is the best that Woody has ever been.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Because
But-
think of it this way, and Andrew, you got to give credit to this though. It shows how far Woody has come as a character, because you go from him being jealous to the new toy in the room to now all of a sudden he's not in charge anymore. And then you have Forky that comes in as the new toy. He's not jealous or bitter at any of that. He takes it with stride because
Yeah.
because again, it shows how far he's come. They don't contradict anything. They
Yeah.
don't. There's no let's retcon this shit.
It's like a turnaround of the first movie where, rather than Woody being an asshole to Buzz, who was the new toy, he was trying to help him out. He was
Well,
trying to help
yeah.
Forky out. I just thought it was a nice story. It wasn't anything to write home about. Well, for me personally, I wouldn't say it wasn't anything to write home about. I would say it was good.
Where does that rank out of all the 4 for you?
I would say I don't know. I think it's the weakest one still for me, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's like with me and PlayStation exclusives. I'm going to use this as an example because it was supposed to be gaming. It's still a gaming stream, but it's like with PlayStation exclusives. Even the ones that I find to be the weakest, I still enjoy because PlayStation are really good with their games. Like, God of War is phenomenal. Like, I think we can all agree with that. God of War is a phenomenal game.
Hands down.
Beautiful game. Absolutely beautiful. Last of Us 1, fantastic game. Story's fantastic. Marvel Spider-Man, fantastic game. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, good game. I still have to play Last of Us 2 though. I still have to, but I have to. Here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, this is gonna be kind of after I finish God of War, I got to go back to the games I have to finish on my channel. I got to finish SpongeBob, Saints Row. I got to finish Spider-Man, Batman, those games. But after I finish those games, I'm gonna play Last of Us 1. Then I'm gonna play Last of Us 2. And then I'll give a fair review to Last of Us 2. I'll go into it with an open mind, and if I enjoy it, I'll say but I'll probably enjoy it because I like PlayStation games. And even if I ranked Last of Us 2 lowly for me, it's not saying I hate the game. I would still like it. I always say so for me with Toy Story, it's more like it goes from my probably my favorite to it's still my favorite, but it's it's just not something I would necessarily say is on par with what would be my number 1. But my number 4, Toy Story 4, it's still a good movie. I think it's not a bad. It's a well-made movie. I got
a bit of a story for y'all, and it all connects to that one scene he has with Gabby. She's like, and because Andy gave you to Bonnie and you got a second chance and all that. Like, all that really hit me because I know what it's like with second chances. Because education-wise, I was all over the map. I wasn't exactly the most mature person there. So most of my education life was like homeschooling and all that, and I admit it was just a rotten person. But then
Yeah,
moving
and I
down
know
here
what it feels
to where
like.
we are now, and to be able to finally get into high school and all that, so I know what it's like with second chances, and then what the movie has to say about purpose, justifying your existence. Like Toy Story 4 is my favorite because, I mean, granted, all of them as a piece is my favorite Disney property, but Toy Story 4 in particular is the one that resonates with me most.
Gabby is the most tragic character the Toy Story franchise has ever had, in my
Yep.
opinion, and she is such a great character.
Like for me,
Yeah.
is Toy Story 4 is Toy Story 4 for me on par with Wall-E? No. Like
no, definitely not.
No, God, no.
No.
It's
Oh
done.
no! Oh no! No!
Would Toy Story 4 be on par with like a Ratatouille for me? I mean, if
Where
I
was
thought about it,
Ratatouille on there, by the way? Oh, it's an S.
is it on
Kinda.
par with Coco? Coco again. I would have to think about that one, but it's like with certain movies, it's very hard for me with Toy Story 4. It's like, do I prefer it over this one or do I prefer it over that? It's like, if it's a Wall-E, no, God, no, it does not. I will never say it's better than Wall-E because Wall-E to me is just a picture perfect
no.
film. Where I think
Wall-E-
Toy Story 4 is a really good movie, and that's not me discrediting Toy Story 4. It's just, to me, I really like. It's just I really like it.
Yeah.
We got
Enzo.
LDG in the
What's up,
chat. We got
Bonzo?
Ponzo. What is up, guys?
Hey,
So what do
fellas.
you think, Deshaun, by the way, about Toy Story 4?
Yeah, what about me?
Oh, sorry.
Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4. Do it. I won't put it in the S tier because you got Wally, like Wally, Master P, Coco, Master P, Ratatouille, Master P, The Incredible, Master P, Most Incredible, great. But I kind of would put Toy Story 4 at A, but you could keep
Yeah,
it on
like,
A. On
it's an S for me, but whatever the majority thinks of it, I guess, because, opinions and all that. But yeah, that's my thing with this movie. And that's why it's so personal for me, because for not only resonate with me on that level, but then to also story-wise actually end up justifying its own existence for me, like, hell yeah, it's definitely become my favorite of the Toy Story movies. And it's not something I decided right away, like, not that it sat with me, like it didn't have to grow on me on any way, because I already love the movie. But as far as where it is in the ranking for me is, what I had to think of. But again, it's just the more I thought about, like, that's where it is for me. Like this, like, definitely my favorite of the Toy Story movies, and probably always will be.
And I would personally put Finding Nemo at S, personally. Finding
Yeah,
Nemo
Wasn't it an S? Oh
no,
shit!
I put it in A. I was like, because again, like for me, it's like with Finding Nemo. I like the movie. I do. I like I said, if I put it in an A tier, it's not saying that the movie is not great.
Oh
It's,
yeah,
it's,
Oh yeah, fair enough.
it just
I
comes
think
down
S,
for me.
A, and B are the ones you can say are from good to great.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
if it was like S, A, and B, like I wouldn't disagree with people if they put in any of those tiers. I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. It just comes down to more preference. Like for me, Finding Nemo is a great movie. I will always say that. To me, putting it in A is not discrediting it. I think it is a very, very well done film. I think animation wise was great. I think character wise, I liked it. Story wise, good. It was great.
And funny enough, I was actually watching it the other night because my kitty here was crawling all over me and all that, and then oddly enough, like I'm not making this up, at the cat scene, she started looking at the TV and her eyes were glued to that whole sequence.
LDG says Toy Story 4 wasn't bad at all. Nice final chapter.
Final chapter though?
Woody left, but
Let's be honest here. You know what I mean.
Woody left the game.
No, I would not like to see a Toy Story 5. Toy
Yeah.
Story 4 was a perfect ending.
I think Toy Story 4
Oh,
is
it's
the only
not
way
that
we can end
necessarily
it.
I would want it, but business wise, you know how Disney is. Let's be honest here. It's probably gonna happen.
JJ, what's up?
It's gonna ruin that ending, though.
A lot of people thought 4 was gonna ruin 3,
Yeah, I was one of them.
and you
No.
still
Toy
think
Story
so,
3
don't you?
Toy
What?
Story 4
Oh, glitching again.
wraps
Ouch.
everything together
Oh, there we go.
beautifully, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I don't mean
I'm
like
not sure if I want to see
I'm
a
not
fifth one.
disagreeing, but it's just Toy Story 4 changed the way
Yeah.
I look at film and the way that it changed my viewpoint on whether it could always be the final chapter. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, with any franchise at some point, there usually has to be. But with Toy Story, it's like it's become the prime argument for continuing a franchise after its established ending. And it's changed my viewpoint to the sense that you know what? If they do sequel, I'm more optimistic because the fact that they proved themselves with this one, despite everything going
Yeah.
against it, you never know.
Never
Maybe
know.
they could do Toy Story 5, and then maybe I like that one just as. That might be my new number one. Like, because that's my point. Like, if they make more and they're gonna be this good, and if they're gonna
Now,
be this good, then be my guest. You know.
before we keep going here, JJ, aka Sith Lord 3827's in the chat. What's up, JJ? Thank you for
What's up?
thank you
What's
for
up?
stopping by.
Welcome. Welcome.
So, yeah, what were you gonna say, Anzo? Andrew. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Now we got Poe in the house. What up, Poe?
Hey, what's up, Bo?
Yep. All right,
What are
Andrew.
you
The
on?
stage is yours with Toy Story 4.
I'm trying to figure what I can say about you guys hating me.
We don't hate
No,
you.
we don't hate you. It's
Nah,
just
Come on,
Oh,
man.
okay, all right. When I first saw it, I enjoyed it, and the ending did make me cry. But when I look back on it, it made me think it was kind of. You could say different, but I
Are
kind
you
of.
with Adam on this to where you think it shits all over 3?
Yes,
Ooh, okay.
because
I disagree.
They found their
but
new-
That twist around.
Yeah.
they found their new home, new kid to play with. Everything's
I
fine
don't know if
and
you-
peachy.
You remember what you were telling me, Andrew? Like, I'm not calling you out like anyway, but I actually look back on this. It's like, you remember you said the ending was distasteful.
I wouldn't say it's distasteful. It wrapped up Woody's character perfectly. I mean, I do have
Yeah,
like
that's-
one maybe minor nitpick is Bo Peep's design because it is very different from when you see her in Toy Story 4 and then in
I
Toy
think
Story
it's pretty
1.
consistent. Like, I could, because technology wasn't the best back then.
Yeah,
so,
that
yeah,
is
she looks.
true.
But so she, not that I think she looks. Oh, she definitely looks different, but I still think she looks like
Yeah,
Bo
like
Peep.
well, she
Because
still does.
because you gotta give her credit. Like, it is still a good design.
Well, yeah, it's still good
Yeah,
design. It just
Yeah.
it was just a little weird for me.
Well, here's the thing. What I was gonna say about Woody, with him, like at the end when he was leaving the gang, this wasn't the first time. In Toy Story 2, he was gonna leave Buzz and the gang to be in a museum with Jesse and the Roundup gang.
That's another thing about how I think it brings a full circle with that plot point.
And Buzz is like, "Come on, what are you doing? You're a toy. We need to get to Andy. We need to be played with."
I get what you're saying, and I get what people would say about this. Like, they think, I don't know if you've heard this, EG, but people say Toy Story 4 contradicts Woody's whole character arc about how you to always be there for a kid and all that.
Yeah.
And they say that 4 ruins that. I take it that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I completely disagree
No.
with that, twist around.
I mean, I get that argument, but here's the thing. Here's why it doesn't bother me at all. Even when I was walking out of the theater, it shows that the franchise is just like Star Wars. It shows how the franchise and the characters are continuing to change and evolve. Like, let's all be honest with ourselves. If the
Yeah.
ending just went back to the status quo, if he just went back with the gang again,
so
would this movie have been as impactful as it was anyway?
Yeah, I mean maybe, possibly.
Because in fact, that would have been another Frozen 2 situation for me, to where I'm like, You're setting up all this stuff, and it's great, but then you just puss out at the end.
Someone's
wanna-
throwing the. Oh my god.
Oh, come on, come on, come
Don't
on.
talk bad about Frozen, sir.
I'm not talking about Frozen. I like the first one, but I'm just saying I don't like the second one because it has no balls. I'm sorry.
Listen, I have rules on this channel. We don't talk any. Listen, I understand that Frozen 2, I agree with you, is not as good as the first one, but we will never talk bad about anything Frozen related. I refuse to have it on here. And my second rule is Avatar will forever beat Samurai Jack in anything ever. I swear to God, I'm still upset about this. And third
Yeah,
rule is Jim's mom is queen. There we go. That's my 3 rules.
Yeah, that's the
Austin has
thing.
spoken.
That's why I respect this movie too. On another level, is that it set up all these deep new ideas and it actually delivered on them. It didn't
Oh.
push out at the end.
Also, I'm just gonna let everybody know. This is probably gonna be the last tier list for the night, and then I'm probably gonna wrap it up
Oh, really? Okay, that's fine.
because we are at 2.5 hours. I didn't expect to go this long. But you know, hey, listen, it always goes by quick when we're having good conversation.
Okay, then
Oh, fun fact about Potato Head. I don't know if you guys even knew this, but
they had to do Don Rickles' recording audio from previous films because he wasn't around for Toy Story 4.
yep, he
You know
signed
what?
on to when he was still alive. It was right around when they had first confirmed, all right, we're doing another one. Everyone was signing on. Don Rickles did too. He signed on for the movie, but he just died before he could record any lines.
Hmm.
You know, how about we do a bracket fight to end?
Ooh, okay.
I'm down for that.
It's our tier list.
I
We're
got
gonna
with it.
decide this for real. What is
I
definitively?
was hoping discussing about Superman though, because I saw the Superman movies there.
Nah,
do
Oh,
one.
sure.
I think that's another story for another time.
Okay,
All right, no
wanna
problem.
do the
No
wanna do the
problem.
Pixar characters or the characters?
No,
or
Characters
Oh,
and movies.
you know, let's do characters. Why not?
Yeah, like
which one? This one right here, or no, let's
let's see both of them and see how big they are.
well,
See
this
if
one
they.
looks pretty big.
Oh yeah, it's the biggest.
Woody by far.
Yeah, Woody. This one's good. This one's good. Yeah, I like this one.
Oh, if you can handle it. Okay, then we better go quick on
Yeah.
it.
Are you good, Austin, with this one?
Uh,
I take that as a no.
I mean, I'm fine with it. Just I would like, but then,
We'll go quick on it, dude.
but I also want the chat to participate though too. So
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
that's
Well,
still
real
gonna
quick,
take a
though,
little bit.
Before we start, the other thing about the movie we forgot to discuss is
I'll look
how
at
do
the
y'all feel
DVD.
about Buzz Lightyear in the movie?
I hate how they handle them. Too clueless.
Yo,
thought he was-
pushing
I personally
the
have no problem how they handle Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story 4.
pushing the
Wasn't going-
buttons and all that. It's like yo, that's Manor voice. I loved it.
Yeah, I
But-
have no problem with it at all.
Thing is though, we already did Pixar though. We did. I want to try. I want to do something different for this bracket fight. Like I want this to be. I want this last
careful,
one
you're
to be
gonna fall.
like something we haven't done before because we've already done Pixar, we've done stuff like that. So I'm trying to think what would be a good last
No.
Horror villains? I mean, maybe.
horror villains.
Ooh, oh, wait,
Horror
hold on.
villains would be
Hold
nice.
on.
Ooh,
Let me-
since it's December, how about Christmas movies?
Ooh,
or-
We can do
yes.
that too.
You know what? Let's do Christmas
Oh
movies.
yeah.
Let's
Is that there's even one? Oh, look
now.
at
If we were going video game characters, then Kratos would win easily. There's just no one beats Kratos. No one beats Manly Man Kratos.
Let's check each one and see how big
that.
each one
That
is.
was short.
Just so we can get like the definitive one with. From your Andrew, does it look like they have all the important ones on there?
Well, you got Home Alone, you got The Grinch, you got Tim Allen's
You
Santa
got
Claus,
Elf on there.
you got Batman Returns, you got Nightmare for Christmas.
Because what matters most to me is if Polar Express is on here.
Oh,
my-
yes.
There's still
Now,
there's still one
The
more.
real question is
That's my favorite Christmas movie of all time.
was Die Hard on there?
I think this one looks pretty good. This one looks the best one. Yeah, what do y'all think?
Oh man, I haven't seen Four Christmases in a long time, actually.
I saw it the other day. I liked it. I
Well,
really liked it.
Are we sticking
Oh,
with this
okay.
one, or do you want to do one of the other ones?
Yeah, this one looks pretty good because the other one had Hallmark and horror Christmas ones, and I'm
Okay, if this is confirmed.
yeah,
Yeah.
if
Okay.
Austin's okay with it.
Yeah, we
Alright,
can do
then. For A Christmas Story 2 or For Christmas.
Oh, Christmas Story's bad. Don't. If anyone see it, don't watch it. Not just
It's
because
good
it's
to know.
unnecessary, but because it is so bad.
This is the sequel.
Like
Now-
Home
not the
Alone
first one.
4 bad?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Christmas Story 2 is
Oh,
bad.
Now, I've never seen Four Christmases. Is it good?
It's pretty good. You could,
I thought it was
you
pretty
could
decent.
say maybe it's a bit mean spirited, but it does go through the thing about how Vince Vaughn's character goes through an arc. He learns something and learns to appreciate. Well, I won't give it away, but to appreciate what he has more. And so I'd say if the characters learn something, then I'd say that justifies a mean spirited storyline.
Yeah.
Now,
So yeah, I would say give Four Christmases a watch if you haven't. It's not one of the best Christmas movies of all time, but I'd say it gets too much hate from people.
I even if I didn't watch it, I would say Four Christmases because I've watched A Christmas Story 2 and it's trash.
so we're doing this one?
So bad.
Yeah, that's just a clear winner. That's not. We don't even have to go.
Even
into-
Daniel Stern as the old man. Yeah, nice reference, but
So now we got
Oh,
Elf
man.
and Deck the Halls.
Love Elf and love Deck the Halls.
Mm.
oh, wait a minute, what's Deck the Hall?
dang.
Wait, run Deck the
Yeah.
Halls through me. What's that one about?
Deck the
It's got
Halls.
Matthew Broderick.
Deck the Halls.
This is like
That's
one of
that's
the
another film
classic
I
Christmas
saw in my
movies.
childhood.
Oh yeah, I'll go with Elf. I never seen
That's
that.
a-
Yeah.
because I remember it more.
I'm gonna go with Elf
Santa.
as well.
God.
I know him.
And also, Elf is very iconic.
Yep, you
Oh,
did it.
yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Jim
World's
Carrey's
best
Grinch
Christmas
was
Jim
it.
Carrey's.
Screw
Just
the new Grinch.
just click it, Andrew. We don't even need to go into
Oh,
what's
explanation
this?
about
Yeah.
that.
I like
Yeah.
the new
Mine
Grinch,
watched.
but I like the Jim Carrey one a lot more.
Home
Remember this one?
Alone
Oh my
2
gosh,
or
yes.
Wait.
Chris.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
remember this? How dare you enter the Grinch's lair?
Ooh.
It's
Uh,
so iconic.
All right,
I-
here's my
iconic.
problem with Christmas with the Cranks. You know what I just said about a mean-spirited storyline, but if the character actually goes to an arc and learns something, then I'm okay with it. Christmas
got-
with the Cranks for me is the mean-spirited storyline with no payoff.
Well, you got Tim. You got
It's
funny
just
man Tim
mean.
Allen.
It's a mean movie, and at some points for me, very uncomfortable. I
Yeah.
don't really like this movie.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
go on,
Home Alone
Zach.
2 just because it's
Yeah.
very funny.
Oh, hands down, yes.
But hey Zach, and you have Tim Allen get a Botox injection.
That's not any better.
And
I don't.
Right.
I'm not
Doesn't
saying,
fit
oh,
the
I
whole
hold this
movie.
against the actors. Wait, which one did you pick?
I picked the Home Alone.
Oh, sure.
How the
Okay,
Grinch Stole Christmas or A Christmas Story. Well, I'll start off by saying
man,
this.
two classics.
I think A Christmas Story is good, but it's not. I don't know if I would necessarily say it's like the
Oh,
greatest.
this-
Christmas
This is one of my
movie.
favorite Christmas movies of all time.
How the
I
Grinch
haven't
Stole
seen the
Christmas
original Grinch
animated
in
one.
years, so I don't know if I could say I would still enjoy it or not. I mean, I probably would because
I
it's
mean,
Dr. Seuss. So, but I'm
We
just saying
already
I haven't seen it.
already had Jim Carrey's The Grinch move on.
Yeah, that's true.
Do I want to see Grinch go again though? Because I think I might have to give it to Christmas Story because I just think Christmas Story to me is just a classic Christmas movie, even though I don't necessarily go back and watch it all the time. Like, because if National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation's in here, then I usually go back to see that because that's a funny ass movie. If first of all, chat, if you've never watched that, please stop what you're doing and go watch it. It is one of the best Christmas movies of all time. You're going to laugh your ass off.
I watched that like years ago, and I remember
one?
laughing so hard.
Man, Chevy
which one we
Chase
doing?
is so good. I think I'm gonna have to go with the Christmas Story for me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too.
because what's
Oh.
simple? What I guess that's what great is about this movie is that story-wise, it's just simple. You see
Yeah.
Christmas through the eyes of a family just living their life. There's no outlandish
The
thing
Christmas
or
Story.
a villain to beat. It's just life.
Oh,
And yeah, you
no,
can
Christmas
technically
on this
say the
list?
bully. You could technically say the bully is the villain, but it's not like this whole outlandish thing. This villain has a plan or whatever. They gotta stop him. No, it's just simple. You see what I'm trying to say?
Now we
Yeah,
got
Yeah,
this
yeah.
one is tough.
Yeah, this one is
These
tough.
films-
Oh,
Oh,
Home Alone,
Let-
easy.
funny enough, we're talking about Home Alone because I'm doing my Home Alone stream tomorrow. I'll have the links for for anyone who wants to join. By the way.
Oh yeah,
I'll join.
I'll join that. Yeah, I love
Yeah,
Home
I
Alone.
do too. Me too.
Yep.
I only like the
So-
first two, however. Everything else, well, it's not gonna be not gonna
Yeah,
be
we'll
fun.
get to that when we do. But
Home Alone 4, get ready to meet your doom.
Home Alone 4, you are no Toy Story 4. That's all I'll say.
Um,
Home Alone,
Oh.
Okay, anyway. The first
But yeah.
one or Tim Allen Santa Claus 2.
Ugh, the
well,
best
this is tough for
slapstick
me.
I've ever seen in a movie versus my favorite Santa Claus movie.
But hey,
This
hey
is tough.
Zach. Hey Zach. I like Tim Allen being the Robo Santa.
Oh yeah, that was funny
He's
as
like,
hell.
oh, let's give kids
Everyone
lump of
gets a
coal."
giant lump of coal.
This is going back to my childhood right here, man. Like, damn.
Man, this movie, Santa Claus 2, is just so sweet and wholesome.
Yeah.
And a
Home
good-
Alone or Santa Claus.
And I remember Tim Allen going, I don't think there's a woman out there. There's one piece of it.
I mean, Home Alone
Like,
to me is a
Next
very
to Toy Story, I would say this is like the best Tim Allen I've ever seen. He is
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
amazing in this.
Oh my
Man.
gosh, yes.
the first Home Alone is a very iconic movie. That's
Yeah.
the problem. It's like if you
Yeah, oh yeah, that's where it's hard for me. The best slapstick I've ever seen in a movie with Home Alone versus Plain and Simply, my favorite of the Santa Claus trilogy.
you know,
Yeah.
I think I gotta go with Home Alone. That last like 10, 20
Ooh.
minutes with
Oh, yeah.
with those and just the entire movie.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it's a funny movie. It's just one of those examples of it's like a National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, but it's more family friendly.
And
But
this
yet
is
it's-
yet another example of, you have the mean-spirited stuff, but he learned something. Like, again, if you have that, then go ahead, you can be mean-spirited and all that because it means something.
Yep.
Okay, so what are we
Definitely.
doing?
I might
Santa
be
Claus-
Home Alone.
Santa Claus, I love you, but I have to go
Ooh.
Home Alone. I have to.
Because
Yeah.
I have to go Home Alone.
All right, hold on.
And would you also go so far as to say this might be Macaulay Culkin's best performance?
in
Yeah, I
Home
would say
Alone,
so.
yeah.
I would say so.
Like, say not just the first one, but all the ones he was in.
The second one, though, he was really good in, too.
Yeah, like just in general, he's just both the Home Alone movies are my favorite from him.
Oh, yeah. Frosty, I screwed that other Home Alone movie.
Frosty.
Wait, which one is this? Home Alone
I'm just
5?
That's
I'm
Home Alone
just gonna
5.
I'm just gonna end it. I'm just gonna end it right here, Frosty. There's no explanation. We don't
Yeah.
even need to go into it. Just Frosty.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was so
I
easy.
haven't to be fair, I haven't seen Home Alone 5 yet. I'm watching it tonight. So I can steal from my rankings, so
Oh, we're gonna be praying for
Ooh.
you, Zach. We're gonna be praying for you.
Can I say
is it
something about
bad?
this one?
I mean, I heard Michael McDowell's in it. I mean, that
It is.
was the new
it is
new
worse.
Loomis.
It's like it is worse than repulsive. It is
but
worse
Michael
than repulsive.
McDowell-
Santa Claus. Wait, what
How
is that?
can it be-
What is that Bill Murray movie? Is that Bill Murray?
Yes.
Yeah,
think so, Murray.
Scrooge. It was the Christmas Carol parody.
Oh, that Scrooge. Oh, that Scrooge film. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
Scrooge.
can I say-
It's called Scrooged.
For Santa
Scrooge.
Claus 3,
Yeah, I remember.
I actually enjoyed Martin Short as Jack Frost.
Mm.
I invented chill.
I didn't like this one when I first saw it, which actually I just saw it a while back because I'm gonna say right now I did not know for a while I did not know that there were 3 of these. I just thought there were 2. And then I saw my mom looking through some stuff on Disney Plus. I saw this one. I was like, I just assumed it was something new.
Yeah,
it's the
but
third film
it
in
is
the
a
Tim Allen.
continuation. It's a continuation.
So it's still Tim Allen.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
it
still
is.
Tim
So
Allen.
that's good. Yep. So and I like that. I like that it was still a
Scrooge.
continuing story. But
I
what do y'all
mean-
think of Santa Claus 3? Let's
I
just
like it. I like it. It's pretty good. Not as good as the first two, but I still enjoy it.
it's the weakest then.
It's like the Godfather 3.
Well, can I
Pretty
say?
much.
Godfather 3 is getting a new cut, by the way.
That is true.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And
I'm
can I
so
say?
excited because I hate Godfather 3. Please take out Sofia Coppola. I cannot stand her in this movie.
Now,
That's a
for
lot of
me,
people's
this is
biggest
tough
complaints.
because on the one
Exactly.
hand, it's Tim Allen. On the other hand, it's Bill Murray. On the one hand, it's Tim fucking Allen, and then on the other hand, it's Bill motherfucking Murray. On the one
Exactly.
hand,
Like
Right,
Tyler's
and-
like, God damn it, Bill fucking Murray.
yeah, Angela.
I just wanted to know that in the Santa Claus 3, they parody the "It's a Wonderful Life" where it showed Scott and Jack Frost go back to the
Oh,
night.
I've seen it, and I was gonna say I didn't like it at first, but then I watched it again right after because I figured, you know what? Because I like the first two so much, I really want to give this a chance. And it just not that all of a sudden it all clicked, but I was like, you know, I actually enjoyed this a lot more watching it a second time. But to
I'm
go
going
up
to
against
revisit Santa
Scrooge,
Claus 3. I know over the years I haven't been like all that. I haven't been like all that nice to this film, but I'll give. I'm always down to give. Films that I was not a fan of at the beginning to like give it another chance.
and has it gotten better?
Well, I haven't seen it in like God knows how many years, but I'll give it a rewatch.
It's a lot better than people are giving it credit for. Like it's not the first two, but at least I'm satisfied enough with this ending.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
again, because like on the one hand it's Bill Murray, on the other hand it's Tim Allen. Which it's like this one is like I can go with either one,
Yeah.
but because I see on the other side that National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is going up against Santa Claus 1.
No way.
Oh shit.
That's gonna be so tough because those are
Oh,
two more
man.
of my essential Christmas movies that every December I can't go without them.
And you're talking about like my top 4 Christmas movie of all time, the first Santa
Man.
Claus.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. This is a
Oof.
tough one.
But yeah. But as far as this one, what does everyone say? Scrooge or Santa Claus 3?
Because
I'm- oh,
if
man,
Christmas
I'm personally going with
Vacation,
Santa Claus
well, actually
3.
that's another half. So
Alright,
I mean,
I might go Scrooged because there's more of a. It's one of those classic movies, and for one, it's Bill fucking Murray.
Yep.
it
I mean,
feels.
granted, I know
true.
the other one
That's
is Tim
true.
motherfucking Allen, but still, yeah, I might say Scrooge with this one, but it wasn't easy because of how much I've warmed up to Santa Claus 3.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay, so we're doing this.
no, hang on. Let Deshaun say something.
this is a tough one, but I pick a Santa Claus 3.
I'm gonna go with Santa Claus 3 as well.
That's 2 for Santa Claus.
What do you say, Andrew?
I'll do Santa Claus. I like Bill Murray, but I like the trilogy.
Because I grew up more with the Santa Claus films than I did with Scrooge.
Out of the trilogy, which one's your favorite?
First one.
First one and the second one.
I
Yeah,
mean, like,
but-
if you had to rank them, which
Okay,
one's
if
your
I had to
number
rank
one?
them, I'd say 3, 2, 1. From least to best.
Yeah. First
Anyway.
one I love. It's the most creative out of the three, but then that's the thing. The sequel expands that world. Then you have the clever idea of how you can introduce a Mrs. Claus. Like I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that
Oh.
actually the subtitle for Santa Claus 2, by the way? The Mrs. Claus or something?
Yeah. Anyway, what are we choosing?
I think it's
Let's
Santa
keep
Claus
going.
3. I think everybody else voted for
Yeah.
Santa Claus
Yeah.
Santa Claus 3.
I guess Santa Claus 3 got it.
Oh,
Ooh,
Elf.
Elf or Elf.
I think I'm
Elf.
gonna go with Elf on this one.
Elf wins, in
Yeah.
my opinion. I love.
Elf
I
saying
love
Elf?
To
Alright.
No End.
Call me Elf one more time.
Oh man, no.
God,
choosing Grinch.
Damn it. This is hard.
No.
Well, think of it this way.
Oh man.
Are there any? I'll make this easy for you. Are there any offensive moments in Home Alone 2 for you guys? Any annoying, awful moments?
No, none.
None for
In
me.
The Grinch, there is a scene where he takes the dog and there's the
Who gives a
mayor
crap
and
about that?
you remember?
Who gives a crap about
That
that?
actually was hilarious, though. I laughed at it personally.
It's not Dr. Seuss though. I love the Grinch movie, but I was like, if I could make an edit where, because I've been doing a lot of edits nowadays, I would take that scene out because, don't get me wrong, like in any type of movie, I'm up for that type of, risque humor, but and something that's supposed to be Dr. Seuss, it's wholesome and all that. Does that scream Dr. Seuss to you?
I don't know.
I don't care. I still
had no
love the
problem
film.
with it personally. I thought
Yeah,
it was
I
hilarious.
didn't mind it.
Yeah, I thought
So-
it was hilarious.
But
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Everything else, other than that, I do think they captured the spirit of the book, though.
Oh my
But-
gosh, yes.
But let's agree on one thing, though. This movie could have had a lot more color in it because Whoville looks too gray.
Gray.
It's not a lot of. There's not a lot of color in it. Like I'm not.
That's
it's-
true.
Like
Yeah,
I don't
that's
agree
true.
with Nostalgia Critic. I mean, Nostalgia Critic is reviewing that. That's one of the things I agree with him on is that Whoville looks too grainy or whatever.
Hey, Zach.
That's true. I will
Exactly.
admit.
But everyone can agree. Jim Carrey was the perfect choice for the Grinch.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah, like
gosh,
the way
yes.
the way he captures that scene was like maybe Christmas means so much more. That scene almost brings me to tears. Like it's a really touching scene.
Oh,
Whatever
that
he
scene
says.
still gets me to this day.
So,
Brilliant
you know what?
acting. Brilliant acting.
I'm gonna go from down to up, and I'm gonna ask everybody what you guys are gonna choose. EJ, we'll start with you.
Oh man, I love both of these films so much. Oh,
Well,
God. Home Alone
narrow
2?
it down to a film that you would rewatch more over the other one.
Oh man.
Well,
Okay.
Here, I'll go
Home Alone
first.
2. Home Alone 2. I love you. I love you to no end, and I still do. But Grinch. I have to go with the Grinch. It's one of the first films I saw as a child in my childhood. As a little
For me.
kid,
You
some of
get-
the first films I saw.
Did you get to see it in theaters?
Unfortunately, not. I saw it at home.
Deshaun, you're next. Which one are you going for?
If I go by a great movie, I would say The Grinch on Christmas. I go pick Home Alone because when I watch The Grinch on Christmas, Jim Carrey as the Grinch scared me as a kid. I gotta
Scared
pick
you.
Home Alone too.
Ooh.
Yes,
Zach.
I pick Home Alone too.
Yeah, I love the Grinch, but I gotta dog it for that
You gotta be
one
kidding me.
dog scene.
Well, okay, for me, it's easy.
But
The Grinch.
yeah, I'm gonna pick Home Alone too. Don't get me wrong, I still have the Grinch, but in fact, I might actually even take the Grinch this year and edit that scene out. Because
Okay.
other than that, there's still the rest of the film that I enjoy.
Yeah.
My turn.
So yeah, Home Alone 2 for me.
Well, for me, it's easy. The Grinch. I'm choosing that.
Oh
yeah,
man,
yeah.
now the last thing for me, man. You guys, I'm telling you, you guys did this. I'm
This
telling
is
you,
like neck and neck right here.
this is a
Oh, is it
YouTube
2-2?
conspiracy. Yeah, this is another YouTube conspiracy against me. There's always a conspiracy against me. YouTube's gonna take down my
Emma picked
channel.
Home Alone 2.
Oh man.
No, I think that was from earlier. Emma did pick
She
Home
agrees
Alone.
with Deshaun. Yeah.
What makes Jim Carrey scary?
Yeah,
Maybe
They're
the
not wrong. They're not
The
wrong, though.
Grinch.
Grinch scared me as a kid back then, but I loved it. I loved that they did that.
You mean
I'm
you
not-
got-
I'm
That
not-
was terrifying.
fuck. Because see,
There's
the
only
problem
one
is,
scene in a Christmas movie that's in any Christmas movie that's ever scared me as a kid, and when we get to that movie, I'll bring it up.
Well,
Uh,
let's hurry up because I gotta get going soon.
Home Alone. See, the problem is if I vote, then I think we just have to go with Home Alone. I'm not voting on this one
Yeah,
So that's who you
praise
would.
my
That's
heart,
what you
though.
would pick, huh?
because if I chose the Grinch, we would have been at a tie anyway.
Pretty much.
No, who
Yeah,
cares
that's
if it's a
true.
tie?
So
Who cares
I'm
if it's a tie?
saying Home Alone 2. Well, I don't think we have that kind of time to
Yeah.
really
dis-
debate it.
You all.
I gotta
disrespect-
get the Blu-rays for these movies, or at least for the first two Home Alones, because I want to add those to my collection.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly,
Home Alone
there
2
was
moves
no,
on.
And honestly, there was
Yeah.
no wrong answer in
Okay,
either of this.
before I
Both of
click
these
on it.
films are fucking phenomenal.
Okay, before I click on it, if Jim
Oh.
Jim Carrey would have been happy to know you clicked this movie.
Well, listen, I'm just trying to make
He's
everybody
gonna
happy.
he's gonna be visiting you in your sleep one of these nights, and you'll wake up and he's right there. He'd be like, "You're the Grinch."
Well, you know what? I'm just trying to appease everybody, and rather than us staying here for another hour just at a tie, I'm gonna do the nice thing.
Oh,
Home Alone, Christmas story of the first Home Alone. God
Oh
damn
my-
it.
oh my
Home Alone.
god!
I
No.
rewatch Home Alone more than Christmas Story.
Yeah, I guess
that's true.
so.
That's true.
I mean, it's not that it bores me or anything, but it's just it's just this warm feeling I get with Christmas stories where like I watch it once and then in a good way, I just don't have a desire to rewatch it again. Like I know that sounds like I'm knocking it, but trust me, I'm not.
Oh, Christmas story. I love you. I do, but I have to pick the first Home Alone.
You'll
I
shoot your
have to.
eye
That's
out,
my
kid.
childhood.
Besides, why would we pick a Christmas story? I mean, we'll shoot our eye out.
Yeah.
Oh, careful.
Frosty or Santa Claus?
3.
Santa Claus 3, all those Rankin Bass specials, they have not held up well for me.
But the thing is with
Yeah,
Frosty
I'm
the
picking Santa
Snowman,
Claus
though. The thing is with Frosty the Snowman, it's also very iconic.
Oh,
Then you
it's
have
iconic.
Santa Claus 3.
I would not. I do acknowledge it's iconic, like definitely, and it is for a good reason. For back in the day, like that technology was kind of game changing, but it's just they're too corny and all that.
That's fair, but you also got to think though too. It's the product of its time.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, it is. Like I'm not knocking them. Like I could watch them and I'm just fine and all,
Like-
but it's just like Santa Claus 3 was just more wholesome. It had more to say, and
Sure,
those are the types of movies and shows that I respect more. Is
that's
when they have something to
true.
say, like when they try to challenge you.
But the thing is though, with
I don't
Frosty,
have
though,
respect for movies that just put colors and funny stuff out there just for the sake of it. You have to have something to say.
Well,
A way to challenge your viewers, whatever the age.
I think
Okay,
with
guys.
Frosty, has a charm to it. I will say because it's like, yeah, you might be right with that, but I do think it's a little bit deeper though. Like it's not necessarily a comedy. It's more like it's kind of deep in a way. Like I like the friendship between the little girl and the snowman. It's just a nice movie. It's not like a 5-star film by any means, but it's a nice animated film. It's got a nice message.
Oh yeah,
to it.
it's nice. It's nice, but it's just I just have more respect for movies and shows that again try to challenge their viewers.
Sure, I do
Yeah,
as well,
for
but
sure.
but other times it's also nice to have like a nice little like easy film to watch. It's like because there are times where it's like if someone just wants to watch a movie to relax, it's not like because Frosty's more of a movie where it's like, look, you're laying down, you're gonna go to bed, like you want to put on
Oh,
something
yeah,
to
like-
watch.
Like, don't get me wrong, I guess I should explain myself. I don't hate these. Like any of these Rankin Bass or these specials or whatever. Like I like them fine. I can watch them, but it's just
Yeah.
they're and I guess it was wrong wording saying they haven't held up well, but they're just I don't know, you know.
Because animation wise, I agree, it's a little stiff. But
Yeah,
at the same time, you also got to think
at least it's
too.
clever. I will give it this. I've never seen anything like it before, and there's never been anything like it before, like with the way it looks and all that. So
Like-
I do give it that.
Like my thing is like I always say it's a product of its time. Like it's not like fantastic animation by any
Yeah,
means.
at least with its looks, especially the Rankin Bass was not the cartoon ones, but the other ones. They are unique with how they look.
Okay, so in conclusion, what are we doing?
I'm picking Santa Claus 3 though.
I pick it Frosty the Snowman.
I'm also gonna pick Santa Claus 3. Frosty is iconic, but I grew up with Santa Claus, with the Santa Claus films.
Yep. Deshaun?
I pick it Frosty the Snowman. Too iconic.
Yeah.
Andrew, what are you going for?
Santa Claus.
All right, that Santa Claus wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it!
All right.
Elf,
that's,
Home Alone 2.
that's it. That's it.
Nope. Kylo Ray.
All right.
Oh,
Kylo
Elf,
Ray.
Home Alone 2.
can we hurry this up, please?
Oh.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry, Andrew, but yeah, man. These are gonna be some debates right here.
Well, I gotta get going soon.
Yeah, well, we're trying. Well, we have to like talk about. We can't just be like, oh, we gotta pick this movie. Like this is actually a really like thought provoking
Yeah,
question.
like this. Yeah, like this is actually something that we gotta talk about.
Like let's not like go
It's
too
gonna be fun,
long.
man.
Let's just go.
I know.
We'll just go a little bit. We're not gonna go like too long. We'll give
Oh
our
yeah, like not too long, but it's like
Elf. Elf is just a fun movie. I love Elf. Home Alone 2 is just like a great slapstick movie. But I don't know which one I would prefer though. Like Home Alone 2 I watched the most, but Elf is
This
I mean,
is
that's a lot
so
too.
freaking hard.
hey, look your Discord.
Yes, I saw it. I saw it.
Exactly, right?
oh,
Bracket fight. What are you doing to me, man?
Yeah.
this
It
is why
happened though.
and
I'm
yet you
telling you
guys
right
wonder
now-
why I don't do bracket fights anymore.
Whatever Polar Express has to go up against, that's a fight.
Oh,
Anything
yeah.
Polar Express goes against, y'all have to agree that's a fight.
It always
Yeah, I
is
would agree.
that.
So yeah, it's probably gonna be like Toy Story that no matter which one it's going against, I'm probably gonna. But yeah, with this one, oof, probably Home Alone 2 again because I didn't see Elf
Oh my
until I
God.
was a bit older, whereas Home Alone's always kind of been with me.
Mm.
This might be. Oh, sure. I can't say that. I don't want to give away my ranking, but
oh my God, this is torture. This is fucking torture.
Home Alone 2 or Elf. I
Oh
think
my gosh.
I've already
Both of these, damn it.
and plus, think of it this way. You know what's gonna make it even harder? Elf. I don't know if it was directed by Jon Favreau, but he was in it. Yeah, like the scene with the
Yeah.
doctor. He's eating the little
Directed by
thing.
Jon Favreau. It was.
Well, crap,
Yeah,
it was
oh,
directed
what?
by him.
Yeah.
because the
Oh,
thing
Ella,
is
are you
though.
okay?
Hey, Dandelion's here. What's up, Dandelion? How are you doing? Well, Dandelion says Elf.
Ella.
Alright,
Oh, gee.
this is a
Without-
12-1, but
Oh
I'm
my.
gonna pick Home Alone
Oh
2.
man.
I'm going to pick Home Alone 2. Elf, I like the movie.
I love Elf. I love Home
gotta-
Alone too.
I gotta pick Home Alone 2.
I gotta go by the film that I watch the most, and that's Home Alone 2.
Ugh.
But
Yeah, me too. Come here, baby.
I think
Both of
that's
these
how
films
I think
are
that's
so rewatchable. I mean,
yeah, they
damn.
are.
Let's see. Oh God, this is gonna kill me. This is gonna kill me.
Home Alone 2. You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I'll say Elf. You know, I'll change my vote to Elf. Why not?
What's the
Home Alone
majority?
2, Home Alone 2, I love you. I love you so much. I love you dear to my heart. You're my childhood. You're everything I want in a Christmas film. Love you to no
The
end.
slapstick.
But
I
it
just
was
gotta say,
even-
I
it was-
think
it
this
was
is
even
the
more hilarious than the first
funniest
one.
Daniel Stern performance I have ever seen.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Daniel Stern is just perfect in these movies. And fuck Home Alone 4 for not getting him back. You bring
Elf,
Mark back,
yeah,
but
seriously.
you don't get Daniel Stern back?
Actually,
Nope.
Dandelion actually has a good point. Home Alone 1 for sure, but Home Alone 2 over Elf. I agree with her. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Elf.
well,
man.
yeah, like I said, I'm a meaning, yeah, especially EJ is like, I think I've said everything I already want to say about Home Alone 4 now that we're at it, but yeah, I think Home Alone 4, when we get to that, I'm gonna give EJ the stage in that stream.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Elf.
Home Alone 2. Oh god, I love you so much, but this is gonna break my heart.
Well, Dandelion says Elf as well. Zach says
yeah.
Home Alone.
I'm choosing Elf.
Elf wins.
Neck and neck though.
Hey, Andrew, if you're still there, Elf wins.
Andrew,
Elf wins. Yeah. Oh god.
Hey, Andrew, hang on. Let me pull up the bracket fights here, and then because here I'll pull up my screen because I do want to try and get this done.
got a headache for some reason.
Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom. What did I miss?
We chose Elf.
Okay,
What do you choose, by the way, Andrew?
I agree.
Now this is
Me,
interesting.
I think I'm gonna go Home Alone. I let
I guess
Elf
I
pass.
pick Home Alone with this one. Like, Home Alone is one of the goats.
Yeah,
Whereas
I think-
Santa Claus 3 is not as great as the other three, but I've still warmed up to it a lot. But yeah, like I said, Home Alone
This
is a
one's
goat.
easy. Home Alone. The first Home Alone. This is so easy. Home
Yeah,
Alone.
this was
Sorry,
easy.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen, you had a good run, but Home Alone beats you.
Santa Claus 3 got pretty.
Oh man!
Oh,
well,
son of a bitch.
Yeah, this one's easy. Home Alone.
ooh,
I mean,
over.
Ooh, Home
It's
Alone.
fucking
Yeah,
lame.
probably.
I pick it. You know what? I pick an underdog. I'll go with Elf.
But would I say Elf? But would Elf really be an underdog though?
In
mean-
this, yeah.
I guess in this situation it kind of is because Home Alone's gonna be the. So you already got 2 votes for Home Alone. Emma says Home Alone. I'm guessing everybody's gonna pick Home Alone. Yeah, it's Home Alone, guys.
Home Alone is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. It is.
Although Elf had a very good run though.
Elf is a masterpiece.
If it did not face Home Alone, it probably would have won at least the first
yeah.
half.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I'm saying Home Alone.
Okay.
So hard though. So hard.
It's Santa Claus versus
Arnold.
Jingle All the Way. I'm gonna say Santa. I'm probably gonna say Santa Claus on this one.
Yeah, I love Jingle All the Way, but man, some Santa Claus is that movie though.
Dandelion says the OG Home Alone was awesome compared to Elf. Yeah.
Elf is like epic as well. I freaking love Elf so much.
Now, on the one hand, it's Tim Allen. On the other hand, it's Arnold. On the other hand, it's Tim fucking Allen. On the other hand,
Claus versus the Terminator.
oh man, do I want to go with Arnold or Tim Allen?
Santa Claus. I love the first Santa Claus so much. So yeah.
So we got 2 votes for Santa Claus,
Claus, yeah.
1 vote for Jingle All the Way. Zach, what are you going for?
Santa Claus.
Another vote for Santa Claus.
Freaking masterpiece.
Andrew, what are you going for?
So all you say, Tim Allen.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going for. Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, Arnold. I love you. Rudolph versus the Polar Express.
Oh, Jack, your favorite.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Oh wait, what's it
Now,
up against?
Rudolph
It's
the
up against
Red-Nosed
a Rudolph
Reindeer.
movie.
I thought that was going up against a
Fuck.
Home Alone movie, but
Damn.
Yep. sorry.
Oh, it's up
Rick
against
Rudolph.
a Rudolph movie. I love
Polar
that
Express.
one too.
Please, for the love of God, do not kick Polar Express out this
Oh
early.
my God, I love both of these films.
This is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. In fact, it's one of my top 10 movies of all time.
Polar Express versus
I'm
Rudolph.
gonna. Oh God. Rudolph is great. Rudolph is great, but Polar Express. I have to go Polar Express.
So we already got 3 votes for Polar Express.
And Emma's going for Polar Express as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Polar Express.
Let's do it.
Polar Express wins.
No, this is not even a question. Christmas Vacation wins. I'm not even.
Easiest one of the night.
This is another easy one.
Christmas Carol one. I haven't
Yeah,
even
Christmas
seen a bad
Carol.
one for Christmas.
We don't even need to.
Yeah,
we don't even
Christmas
talk
Carol
about
all
it.
day.
Santa Claus versus the Polar Express. Zach.
Polar Express. Like I said, I'm probably going to choose it over anything.
Santa Claus over. I don't know. This one's tough. I'm gonna go with Polar Express as well. Santa Claus is good, but yeah, I think I'm gonna agree with Zach on this Polar Express. EJ, are you going for Polar Express or Santa Claus? It looks like I think so. Dandelion Fluff says 3 votes for Polar Express.
3 votes for Polar Express.
Yeah, I think Polar Express wins this.
Okay.
Christmas Vacation, for me at least.
What about you guys?
Christmas Vacation.
Can't do EJ because his thing went out again.
If none of you vote for Christmas Vacation, I'm going to have the same reaction as I did with Avatar.
I'll vote Christmas Vacation. You're right.
All right, so we already got like 3 votes for Christmas Vacation. Emma and Dandelion. Yep, Christmas Vacation wins.
Okay.
Polar Express.
I'm going with Christmas Vacation. This is the
No.
first time where I am voting against Polar Express. Nothing will top Christmas Vacation. Andrew, what are you going to go for?
I guess Polar Express?
No, wait, Andrew. Hang on a minute. Now, think about what you're doing now. Think about what you're doing.
Andrew.
No.
Do it.
No, hang on.
Do it. Make the sacrifice.
Dandelion says Christmas Vacation. Oh, okay. All right. Emma, please. Emma, choose the right
Emma?
thing, please.
All aboard. Come on, Emma. Yes. Polar Express wins, baby. I hope. Andrew, come on.
Now listen here. I am the ruler of the stream. I would like to use my power to overrule everybody, but I guess I gotta be fair. Man, I don't feel good about this. Like, this is the first time where I'm like genuinely like, are you positive you're gonna go with Polar Express? Like, people, please think about it. I want you to think about this decision carefully.
Is this Civil War?
EJ said, Damn. I don't want to. I don't feel good about this.
Yep.
I don't. Do I have to go? Okay, fine. We'll go with Polar
I'm
Express.
going Polar Express.
I don't feel good about it.
That's
I
my childhood right there. Polar Express is my childhood.
I just feel now. I just feel disgusting. Dandelion says, "I'm old. I get 2 votes." Shit.
Oh man.
Well, actually, man. Yeah, just go with Polar Express.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't agree with this.
Yeah. You know what would make you feel disgusting? Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But in this situation, though, come on, it's Chevy Chase, and come on, the tree, the
As
turkey.
Tom Hanks, though, as a train conductor, what more could you want?
But yeah, you know what, Andrew, just go with Polar Express.
All right, fine.
Yes. Oh,
Polar Express all day for this. Oh, fuck Fred Claus. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
here's my thing though. I actually love Fred Claus. Like that.
Really?
That's another one where it's mean, but he learned something.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, it's the finalist.
Polar Express is the greatest Christmas film
Oh,
I have
man.
ever seen.
This is hard. This is hard for me.
You know what, just because I'm pissed off at Polar Express for beating Christmas Vacation, I'm going Home Alone. I'm doing this out of spite.
Oh sure.
I'll go with Home Alone.
EJ, back me up.
God damn it. Oh, damn. Okay.
Well, Emma says Home Alone. Dandelion says Home Alone. I say Home Alone. Deshaun says
Links.
Home Alone.
All right, here's a little bit of bribe to the chat. Links to my Home Alone stream go to anyone who picks to anyone who picks Polar Express.
Oh.
No.
Okay,
Hey guys, if you don't want me to be disappointed in you, pick Home Alone.
I linked to my stream.
Dandelion says Polar Express can kiss my shiny metal ass.
You motherfucker. You motherfucker.
Shot around Dandelion. Shot around.
Nope, do not do that because
You see what you did?
he is a friend of
You
mine.
made me
Do
pull
not
out a
shout
red
around home,
lightsaber.
please.
I normally do not pull out red lightsabers. He made me pull out the red. He said thank you.
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
No, hey, no, don't you do that. This needs to be a fair win. We are not leaving this up to chance.
Great. Whichever way I pick, it'll piss off Zach or Austin.
Because I'm
Polar
still
Express is a fucking masterpiece.
I'm still pissed off about Polar Express winning against Christmas Vacation.
What would Chad have to say?
Hey, you told me to pick it.
You know what? Chad
I'm
would
picking
agree with
Polar
me.
Express.
Chad would agree with me. Christmas Vacation. He would have to say it or else I'd fire him. See, Emma says Home Alone.
Oh shit.
Polar Express is amazing, though.
I
I'm all
can't take
over
this.
the
I
tongue.
gotta get going.
I say Home Alone. Deshaun says Home Alone. Dandelion says Home Alone. Emma says Home Alone.
Fine. Polar Express will win. Polar Express will win next time, though. That's for damn sure.
And I just want to say this: I had to suffer through Christmas Vacation losing. I'm pretty sure you guys can handle Polar Express losing. So therefore, thank God it loses, and therefore that is all the time we have for today's stream.
Damn. Wait. Dang you guys. Y'all could have gotten a link to my stream. VIP. C'est la vie.
You can still do it, man.
Trust me, they all know who the man is.
Hey,
Got
dude,
it, Kratos.
Hey, Zach, I'll still join yours tomorrow.
No, that was just a bit of a joke. I was like, hey, free link to my stream, personal VIP if you pick Polar Express. There's like a little bit of bribe in there.
But we all know who truly wins everything, right? Kratos. Manly man
Yeah.
Kratos
Yeah.
wins everything.
Where is he? Where's Kratos?
You want to know where Kratos is?
Where's Kratos?
Kratos is currently on a journey with his son. That's where he is. You know who Kratos is, right, Zach? He's the
Oh
bald.
yeah, I do. That's what I'm saying. Like big dude like that just has those knives or whatever. Lightsaber. Let's go, Kratos.
No, Kratos would kick the shit out of any Star Wars character.
Even Darth Vader.
Yeah,
What about the Zillo Beast?
he would probably win there too.
Wait, y'all know the Zillo
I gotta
Beast?
head out.
Yeah. All right, Andrew. Yeah, we're gonna resolve. We're probably gonna end the stream now. But first, I want to get to these last two comments. Emma says Home Alone would beat Christmas Vacation anyway. Hell no.
Yo, take
I
that
will-
back. Yo, take that back.
That I refuse. That would be the immediate no. Why is Muppets Christmas Carol not on this? You know what?
That's actually a good question.
good
That's a
question.
very good
Like
question.
now that I'm actually
No,
thinking
no,
about it,
no,
that's actually a good
no.
question. I did not even. Oh my head.
We'll try a different version of it next time. Anyway,
You know what?
Polar Express
Actually-
is winning this time.
Actually,
I'll have a better thing to bribe people with next time.
You know what?
You
I
pick
actually have a
Polar
quick question.
Express.
Why wasn't the Star Wars Holiday Special on here? That's a Christmas special. I'm kidding. It wouldn't have gotten
Hey,
passed.
hey,
It would have lost first round.
what about the Lego one?
Yep.
I mean, depending on what it faced, it might have went a little
no.
bit, but it wouldn't have gone far either.
That shit was trash.
And by the way,
I give it
Michelle,
like I give it like a 7 out of 10 personally.
Michelle, the Cleveland Browns are not trash. They are 8-3. I am pretty sure an 8-3 record doesn't mean they're trash. And by the
know,
way,
sure.
Not football.
just because the Steelers are undefeated does not mean that the Cleveland Browns should be disrespected. You want to know why? Because unfortunately, the New York Jets, who have a 0-16 record, are now should be a butt of every joke. If you had a
Yep.
worse season than the Browns, then you, sir, have a problem on your hands with your football team. Because let me just say right now, the Cleveland Browns have had their best season since ever. And I will
Since 2001. Since
and I will
2001.
continue
No,
and I will
2002.
continue to say that the Cleveland Browns are a great team.
You know what? Also,
They're not going to go to the
you know,
they're not going to go to the Super Bowl, but can you at least give them credit for being a better team than we've ever been?
Oh, sure. You know what? Next
You know
time
what?
I will say next time you pick Polar Express, you do it for Ella. Say hi, Ella.
Okay, guys, I gotta go.
Oh shoot.
All right, Andrew. Real quick, tell everybody where they can find you at.
Or for me, you can find me on YouTube and on Twitter at Andrew Sally. Just look for the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. All right, see.
Later.
All right. Yeah. All right, guys. Deshaun, stay your thing, and then I'm going to start wrapping it up.
man, my name is Dijon Wiggett. You can find me on my YouTube channel.
No.
King Wiggett.
What were you gonna say about before I wrap it up?
Oh, I would about to say the Cleveland Brown ain't trash, but they ain't good either.
Man, just because we don't have the greatest record doesn't mean that we are. Listen, we're doing better. Let's just say that we're doing better.
I agree with that. Got 8-3.
Man.
Y'all should be happy.
Man, everybody's shitting on the Cleveland Browns. Can we just stop being the joke now?
Yeah.
Can we start making fun of the New York Jets?
But y'all not going 0-16 this year, like the Jets.
I only follow basketball, not football.
You want to
Hey,
know?
go
You want to know
Chargers.
why they're called the Jets? Because they go bye bye. They're going bye bye. They ain't going to the playoffs. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this stream. I want to thank everybody for who came on. I'm gonna let everybody go around the panel, starting with Zach. Where can they find you at?
Y'all can find me on my channel, Zach Gaxiola. I got a Home Alone ranking stream tomorrow. And again, guys, y'all could have gotten free links to the stream in the chat room. All you had to do was pick my movie. But in all seriousness, though, that's probably the only other stream I'm gonna do because I want to save some hours. Because when we get to the Star Wars stream at the end of this month, I have no idea how long that thing could end up going. Because look at our Halloween stream we did; that thing was 5 hours.
Hey,
I know, especially with something like Star Wars, there's gonna be a lot to talk about.
hey,
Yeah.
Zach, real quick, can I do 2 separate lists for shows and films?
Oh, like you rank the movies and then you rank the shows?
Yeah,
Sure.
and
That's good.
can I also do a bonus list of all the Star Wars games that came out from EA? Because I played them all.
Oh, sure, yeah, like anything Star Wars, yeah, like that, and anything you want.
Cool.
And just with your show list, if you want to include the Mandalorian on there, even though it's still an ongoing show, be my guest. Like, feel
Yeah,
free to.
I'm gonna include Mando. I'm gonna include every Star Wars show I've seen. So that would be Clone Wars, Rebels.
Especially after this episode, because holy fucking shit.
I
Yep.
like this recent episode.
Totally.
But
Ooh,
do you mind if I have one minor complaint about it? The length. It was a little too short.
at first, I thought I was gonna be worried about the length, but I'm like, with what we got here, I am more than satisfied. Like, bravo, Robert Rodriguez.
He did a great job directing this episode. Loved it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm just gonna do that's why Home Alone is gonna be my only other stream for the month, because I have no idea how long we may end up going with the Star Wars thing.
You never know.
So I want to save some hours.
Very nice.
And then in
EJ,
March, oh sorry, I
No,
was
no,
gonna say
yeah, you can go, Zach.
oh yeah, my bad, buddy. So it's the Home Alone, Star Wars, and then in March got the X-Men stream, which I am also really excited for. So that's all my future content.
Very nice. EJ, where can they find you at?
So you guys can find me on my YouTube channel, it's named AJ10, and make sure you find my profile picture with my name on it. And I also got like a lot of videos planned for my channel. Recently, I just made an Ursula video, so you guys can like check that out as well. And what I got coming up right now is my my Jafar tribute video. So yeah, look forward to that. It should be done today. So yeah, and also you guys can find me on Facebook,
yes.
Instagram, Twitter, and also on Robert Storm Discord server, and also my own Discord server as well. Plus, I got a 100 subscriber celebration stream coming up like next week, December 11th. So look forward to that. It's gonna be a fun time. I mean, like, thank you guys so much who subscribed to my channel, and thank you guys for helping me reach this goal, for helping me like get this far. I never thought I would get like this far, to be honest, when I started. But hard work pays off, really does. So yeah, look forward to that. And also I got like a Last of Us 2 live discussion that's gonna be on December 10th. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun too as well. And also guys, when you watch my videos and when you're like subscribed to my channel, make sure that you hit the bell notification as well, because what that will do is that you will get notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, and that will save a lot of time, and it won't be like as stressful as well. So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Very nice. Deshaun, where can they find you at?
You can find me on my YouTube channel, King Wicked 23, aka Deshaun Wiggin. Also, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Wabathon Discord server, EJ Discord server, and also on Tuesday, I will be doing a show review that everybody loves. Teacher effing another student. Yep, let's start that up. Let's watch that review. And also, Subscribe to the amazing people, Alternator, Stat, and EJ.
Very nice. Yeah, what's up? What's going on, guys? It's the Osnator. You guys can check me out on Twitter at the Osnator17. So if you ever want to slide up in my DMs, go ahead and do so. If you don't have Twitter, that's a-okay. Hit me up in my Discord at the Osnator. However, that might be going soon. So, please go and follow me on Discord as soon as you can, as that may or may not be your last chance to follow the greatness that is me. Just kidding. I'm a very humble human being. I'm not Kratos. I kneel before Kratos. I kneel before the manly man Kratos. In all seriousness, go. If you guys want to just hit me up, if you guys have Discord, just follow me at the Osnator. And I have a YouTube channel where I have 87 subscribers. I'm trying to reach my goal of 100 by the beginning of next year. So if you guys have not subscribed yet, please do so. I do shows like this. Shadow Eye will more than likely be returning tomorrow, where me and Nindroid will be reviewing. It might. Don't actually. No, but listen, chat. I didn't promise anything. I said it might. I said it might come back tomorrow, where me and Nindroid will be talking about the first 2 seasons of The Office, but that might happen. Also, Splash Talk might be coming back at some point. I don't know. And also, I do gaming streams where right now I'm playing God of War. If you guys have not been coming to those, please do that, because that would be very, very nice of you to do so. Also, you guys can sometimes find me Sundays on the Real Review 3000 Chris Knight's channel, whether it's part of the weekly wrap up or the Mandalorian Roundtable. Also on Mondays, you can sometimes find me on JJ, aka Sith Lord 3827's channel. There we go. I sometimes forget the last four numbers. But you can find me on JJ, aka Sith Lord 3827's channel for randomness at its finest. So go subscribe to him. Also, so go subscribe to everybody here on the panel. Because we are a community, I want to see everybody grow. So please go and subscribe to everybody. And that does it for me.
Don't go to Alabama.
You notice how different the quality is on my computer compared to my phone? How it's it's not as professional.
Yeah.
Not on my computer, like on my phone.
All right, peeps. This is the Osnator, Zach, EJ, and Deshaun.